All right, Shalom Israel. Welcome back to Wednesday night class. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody in person. Also, good to see everybody online. And shout out and shalom to Kawakam in Guatemala and his congregation. Shout out and shalom to Stream of Wisdom in Houston, Texas. Stream of Wisdom Norfolk, Virginia. Stream of Wisdom Rochester, New York. And all the brothers and sisters that follow us and are part of our class routine and classes. Hopefully it edifies the body. That's our number one goal. And we're going to kind of continue this series that we've been on with this Unbecoming Cain, identifying what elements of Cain that could exist in each and every one of us. And this is part 10. This class, write this down, is the title. The class title is called Identify the Faults of a Drifter. Identify the faults of a drifter. We're going to be using the Josephus very little, but we're going to be bouncing back and forth for this Philo. But first, we're going to start off with Genesis chapter 4, verse 12. And let's start off with that. Genesis chapter 4, verse 12.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
So he said, when thou tillest the ground, this is part of the punishment that the Most High had laid out for Cain for his rebellion. He said, when you till the ground is not going to yield all of its strength. Read on.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
He said, a fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. Let's jump to this definition real quick of vagabond. Let's get the first and second definition of vagabond. Because this was part of the judgment from the Most High that we talked about last week that Cain wouldn't accept. Let's get that definition. Vagabond, the first and second definition of vagabond.
Vagabond, 1828, what's the dictionary? Wandering.
He said a what? Wandering. What else?
Moving from place to place.
He said the spirit of a vagabond is somebody that moves from place to place. Read.
Without any settled habitation.
He says they have no settled what?
Habitation.
This is the person that has laid down no roots. They have no roots laid down. He said that without any settled habitation. There's no roots laid down. Read on. So they go from place to place. They migrate. Read on.
A vagabond, exile.
And give me the second definition.
Second point. Wandering, floating about without any certain direction.
He says floating about without any certain direction. That means that a vagabond is somebody that doesn't have any stability. They don't have any roots laid down. They don't have a solid address, a firm location where they call home as a habitation. He says they float about without any certain direction. Read.
Driven to and fro.
He says driven where?
To and fro.
He said they're driven to and fro. Now we talked about last week how one of the punishments that the Most High gave Cain was the same spirit that was on Satan. And we read in Job chapter 1 and 2, or chapter 2, where the Most High asked Satan, where you been? He says,
I've been going to and fro.
Walking to and fro, going to and fro, going up and down in the earth, up and down in it. Going up and down in the earth in it. So that same pattern is that wanderer, that vagabond, just on basically ranging is a word that we read about last week. Last week we read about a man that is in a spirit of ranging. And that ranging, what that ranging was about. Get that second definition one more time.
Wandering, floating about without any certain direction.
Go ahead.
Driven to and fro.
It says driven where?
To and fro.
So no stability, going back and forth, up and down, left to right, ranging. Read on. That ranging meant also, it meant led by your appetite. And so that definition of a drifter is no different. Get that definition of drifter. Or drift. Drifter or drift. Either one.
Drift. It says, that which is driven by winds on water, as drift, seems to be primarily a participle.
Yes, participle.
Participle.
Go ahead.
It says, a heap of any matter driven together.
You got the third definition?
Third point. It says, a driving, a force impelling.
It says a force what?
Impelling.
And so it's a person that's impelled. Read on. They're impelled to go somewhere. Read on.
Or urging forward.
Or they're urging forward. But how are they impelling themselves? How are they urging forward? How are they proceeding? Read on.
It says impulse.
It says how are they impelled?
By their impulse.
How are they urging forward?
By their impulse.
By impulse.
Yeah.
So it's somebody that's led by what?
Impulse.
Impulse. I go off how I feel.
Impel, to drive, to urge, to force something into action.
But what's driving me? My impulse. I go off feelings. I go off how I feel. Or I go. That's what an animal does. That's how an animal goes back and forth throughout the earth. They range off. You ever seen a dog with no home?
Yeah.
A dog with no home. They're just like in everybody's yard. They're in the alleys. They're in the yard. They're by the dumpsters. They're operating and looking for the next meal. They're on the hunt. Or a pack of wild dogs.
They're in a search.
They're searching. They're led by their impulse, by whatever smells good, whatever looks good, whatever feels good. So that was part of what the Most High told Cain that his life would be like. His life would be driven by impulse, as a wanderer. He said, as a vagabond, to and fro, ranging, which was we also know last week was led by your appetite or led by impulsiveness. Go ahead.
It says overbearing.
It says overbearing, meaning the spirit of ranging or the spirit of impulse is so dominating, it's so controlling. It's overbearing what?
It says overbearing power or influence.
My appetite has the greatest influence over me. My impulse has the greatest influence over me. So I'm not driven by wisdom. I'm not driven by wisdom. I'm not driven by counsel. I'm driven by how I feel. I go off how I feel. That's somebody that ranges. That's somebody that's a drifter. That's somebody that's a vagabond. That's somebody that's a wanderer.
So it's an aspect of emotionalism?
When you say emotionalism, explain that.
Emotionalism is like a person that's compelled deeply by whatever feeling attaches to them.
I think that's what we read.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Continue. That's
No,
good.
so another term for it is emotionalism. So basically, if a person's impelled by emotionalism, then if I'm down one day, I operate in a certain manner. If I'm super happy, they'll call that bipolar. Bipolar is where you change emotions quickly, or you have a high and a low. There's no real moderate or immediate or median or moderation in tone and tonality of the emotion. So it's a person that constantly swaps emotions. Because you're going to impelling, you're going into a person led by feelings, which is a term basically intense emotionalism or hyper emotionalism. That's the aspect of that will cause a person to range.
Yeah, very, very much so. It's impulse. I got an urge. I got a feeling. So I think I should do this.
Yeah.
Meaning, I don't check by any measure to make sure that this feeling is valid.
Yeah.
I don't ask any questions to make sure that this is a sound decision. But I just go off this decision because I feel a certain way.
To please.
To pacify or satisfy the urge.
Yeah.
So I just go off feeling. I go off emotion. I go off, hunger.
Yeah.
I go off appetite.
Yeah.
Wherever the wind takes me. So
my belly or my vibe.
So the Most High is explaining is that was part of the punishment. That wasn't a good thing. That's not a good thing to go to and fro. That's not a good thing to travel without roots. To have no roots laid down. That's not a good thing. Anybody that thinks that, they don't understand that's a double destruction, is to be cast out from stability. That's not a good thing. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verse 16, because we didn't go into this specific detail, but this was part of last week's discussion about this type of spirit that the Most High said that would befall Cain, that he was unaccepting of. He was unaccepting of this determination and judgment by the Most High. Give me that Genesis chapter 4, verse 16 and 17.
Genesis 4 and 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord.
He said he went where?
Out from the presence of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And dwelt in the land of Nod.
Go ahead.
On the east of Eden.
Read on.
And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch.
So part of the reason why he was expelled. Give me Proverbs 11 and 29. Why was he expelled? Give me the Proverbs chapter 11 verse 29.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 29. Ready?
Yep.
Proverbs 11:29. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind.
He said what?
He that troubleth his own house.
It said the man that troubleth his own house. What did Cain do to trouble his situation? He killed his brother. So he troubled his own house. He troubled his own stability. Anybody that troubles their own stability, that doesn't appreciate stability, anybody bringing trouble or altercation or dispute to what provides them stability, that is not a good decision. Because you put yourself in a position where your decision making, your impulse, is your own worst enemy. You become your own worst enemy. He says, any man that troubleth his house, just like Cain took out his brother, troubling his house, being an enemy, being an adversary. He says, any man that troubleth his own house, what shall be their condition? What shall be their living arrangement? Read on.
Shall inherit the wind.
They shall what?
Inherit the wind.
What is the reward of somebody troubling their own house?
Inherit the wind.
It said they gotta take the wind as their place of habitation. What does that mean when you inherit the wind? It's like a Western movie. When every Western movie starts off with that whistle.
Yeah.
I can't even do that.
There's a drifter.
Where's my wallet? My wallet got the
Yeah, he's the
whistle.
best at that.
Yeah, the Western whistle.
Right before they had a door.
No, I'm talking about
Before they had a door.
yeah, I'm talking about when the tumbleweed rolls across the damn dirt path that people are standing on the road, and it's, you see the tumbleweed rolling on the road. I can't do the whistle.
Yeah. Something's blowing in.
Yeah. But what is that whistle representing? Wind. That wind represents, also in the Bible, we know it represents destruction.
Yeah.
So we know what it means when the Most High said a man inherit the wind. You're just going to be taken by whatever situation and scenario that's upon you. That's no sign of stability. But that's the reward of somebody that troubles their house. When I try to bring contention and confusion and disruption in my house, you will have no house.
You open up your house.
Your house becomes a ghost town. Wherever the wind take you is where you'll be. That's where you sleep.
Like Clint Eastwood. He just coming into town with his boots,
Yeah.
a gun. He's out there chewing his tobacco, and he got a look on his face. He's
You got the poncho on.
He got the poncho on. He's always a stranger.
Yeah.
He's always a stranger.
They just call it the loncome dove.
Yeah, the lonesome
Yeah,
dove.
no, you're not
romanticize that.
You're not the lonesome dove.
Why are you lonesome?
Yeah, you're what's called a house troubler.
Yeah.
You trouble houses.
And they always go to the bar, and they always end up getting into a whole bunch of situations.
They always walk into the salon. They kick the doors open. Poof. The double doors always open up.
Yeah.
Poof.
It's trouble.
They're like, okay, this guy. Even the piano stopped playing. Everybody stopped dealing cards. The girl stopped swinging on the swing.
Yeah, yeah.
With the lace leggings on.
Here, a pin drop.
Yeah, everything get quiet. Cause this guy, the lonesome dove comes there. Cause you know what? Then they get a shot of whiskey. They say, "What you here for?
Yeah.
You want trouble? You can find it. You want trouble? You can find it here if you want some trouble."
And they're always at a variance with the law figures.
Yeah.
The law figures in the town, they're always at variance with that.
The sheriff's always in town.
Yeah.
But what is the point? The point of it is you trouble houses. You trouble houses by way of your impulse, by way of your decision making. You don't go off any reason, or you're not urged by rationality.
Yeah.
You're urged by feelings. So when you're urged by feelings, guess what? You get the win. You become that lonesome dove or that lonesome ranger, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, the Lone Ranger, whatever.
Yeah.
The Lone Ranger was actually a good guy. Mm-hmm. Boss Rutan, the true story behind him. Yeah, Judite brother. Had over 3,000 arrests. He was actually a good guy, real life hero. But when you talking about Cain, the punishment the Most High had for him set up, Cain wasn't accepting of this punishment.
Yeah.
He wasn't accepting of this decision that your life shall be sustained without any country. You're a man of no country, a man of no home, no roots laid down. So that is a direct punishment from the Most High that we read last week that Cain was not feeling. So we know he didn't feel it. Read verse 13. We know he wasn't feeling that punishment.
Proverbs chapter
No. Genesis. Genesis chapter 4 verse 13.
Genesis 4:13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
He said what?
My punishment is greater than I can bear.
But you know what? That means that he couldn't handle it. But it also means what? He don't agree with it.
Oh, wow.
He don't agree with the punishment.
That's a crazy point.
You know, because a lot of people that trouble houses, they don't. When the reality of it is that you shall now become a drifter. You shall live life as a drifter with no roots settled down, and you're not wanted anywhere you go, and people will reject you. That's not a good feeling.
It's never their fault either.
But you got to suffer that. But when a person don't want to accept the fact that the Most High is putting me in this position,
Yeah.
well, guess why you're in this position? Why reject the decision that the Most High put on you as a judgment? Because you are the one troubling houses.
True. People can't live around you in peace. There's never peace around this individual. You don't know what he's thinking. There's intense emotionalism all the time. It's always intense emotion. You got blood in your hands.
Yeah.
You're unpredictable. You're not peaceable.
Well, violent communication, which we read 2 weeks ago about Cain having those violent conversations.
Yeah.
So that type of person will get the win.
Yeah.
And then be mad that they got the win. Then I'm upset that I don't got no place to stay. Well, you know, you argued your way out of a place to stay. You fought for a sense of peace that you didn't realize wasn't good for you, that you really didn't want. You wanted liberty, freedom, and peace, and you got what you asked for. You don't want to be bothered, don't want to communicate, you get what you asked for. You want to have opinions, and you want to be at variance. You want to be at variance with people, argumentative and debative. Well, you get the win. And when people get the win, they don't want the win. Well, who brought it to them? They bring it to themselves. Yeah. But then when they realize what the win means, they see the amount of suffering that comes from it, then they say, you know what? They should say, you know, I made a mistake. But instead, Cain was like, no, I'm not accepting this.
He doubled down. Double down after they make bad decisions.
And we talked about this last week, about going all in on the decision, what that means. Read verse 13 again.
What's the question?
Yeah.
Genesis 4 and 13. And Cain said,
somebody else give me James chapter 4 verse 5.
Hey, I got one point. And that's why I like going so intricately in detail about the background of Cain, because the Most High is giving us this real outline of what we become if we don't get out of the spirit of these delusions.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, that's what's
this
waiting.
is what you're inheriting.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm inviting the spirit.
Huh?
I'm bringing the spirit on. Somebody give me James 4 and 5. Read that right there. Give me read verse 13 first, and then James 4 and 5.
13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
What he means is the fact that he doesn't accept, he doesn't agree with this punishment. He doesn't agree with the Most High's determination.
He's claiming the punishment is out of order.
Yes.
Or
too severe.
Out of balance.
Well, or too severe. I like what Nagahas said. Too severe.
There's another word on there.
But he's saying that I don't agree with it. I think it's too extreme. I think the punishment that you're punishing me with is beyond the crime that was committed.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
So the question is, what should the Lord have done? Should the Lord just slap on the wrist?
Well, you know,
His brother?
well, you know, there has to be a judgment
Yeah.
for sin.
Yeah.
The wages of sin is death. He could have killed him, but he didn't, and we'll get to that too. We'll get to that point also.
Yeah.
But read that James chapter 4 verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Next class.
Mm-hmm. Whoever got it.
James chapter 4 verse 5. Do you think that the scripture saith in vain?
It said, "Do you think that the scripture said in vain that what?
The spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy."
So instead of looking at the spirit and identifying the spirit that was on him, instead of going at fixing the spirit that was on him,
And repent.
what was the spirit that was on Cain to begin with? He said what? Read it again.
It says, "Do ye think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy.
So instead of looking at the punishment and saying, man, I deserve this punishment because I need to look at what I did wrong. I need to put my focus on what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Cain didn't want to look at what he was doing wrong.
Oh, wow.
He was just looking at the fact that I don't accept the judgment from the Lord. This is too much. I can't bear this punishment. This is too much. Not looking at the cause of the situation, what got him in this position, what got this judgment from the Most High to begin with. What got Cain in this judgment to begin with? Read it again.
Do ye think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy?
What was the spirit that was in Cain? Envy.
Wow.
He don't want to deal with the problem. Let me not deal. I don't want to deal with the cause of what got me inheriting the wind, what got me becoming a vagabond, what got me becoming a panhandler, what got me becoming a hitchhiker. You know, my dad always told me since I was a kid, don't ever pick up hitchhikers. Leave them on the road.
It's a scary thing.
I'm like, man, I don't even drive, man. Why you pushing?
Tell them anyway.
Why you pushing this hitchhiker? Why you keep telling me don't pick up hitchhikers or strangers? I don't even got a car. But you know what he was doing? He was trying to prep my mind because there's people that the Most High banished.
Wow.
You don't know who's out of order. You don't know what you're picking up.
Wow.
You don't know what you're bringing in. Now I understand it. These individuals are cursed by the Most High sometimes. This ain't a friendly person because they got a guitar and they got a 6-string guitar and a bandana and a hat on. That's a good guy. No, that's not a guy. That guy's being punished by God.
In the wind, face in the wind.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
think
sir.
about it. Huh?
Well, it's funny you bring up the hitchhiker scenario because where I grew up, some places in the country you don't see it everywhere. I don't think I've even seen it here yet. They got signs that basically
Warn you.
warn you, but deter you from picking up hitchhikers.
They tell you. Yes.
Hitchhikers may be escaping inmates.
Yes, they got to remind
They have
you.
them all over the place in Oklahoma.
Yeah, when you go down to Beeville, and you go to Beeville, and you go down to the correctional facilities in Texas, they say the same thing.
Okay.
You know how many times? Somebody always gets somebody stupid. You picking up a
Don't judge
you picking up a guy that's shuffling with chains on his feet. like he's on his way to work. No, he's not on his way to work.
The chain gang. Huh?
This guy's not on his way to work, man. But he's shuffling. He got his prison suit folded at his waist with a white T-shirt on. Man, come on, with the prison flip-flops. You know, you hear about it all the time. But that's the point. What's the point? The point of it is, Cain doesn't agree with the judgment. That the punishment is too severe. I don't agree. But I'm not going to deal with the issue. Won't you deal with the issue? The issue is what? Read verse 5 again.
Verse 5. Do ye think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy?
Now, how strong is envy? Read this right here for me. Just this one point.
Okay. Envy naturally attaches itself to whatever is great.
Read it again.
Envy naturally attaches itself
The spirit of envy.
Yep.
to whatever is great.
What does that mean? That means people are always going to envy. That's why the spirit of Cain is never dead. That's why we still talk about it to this day. That's why we're on class number 10. The spirit of Cain is alive.
That's
Because the envy is alive. Because as long as there's somebody that's doing something better than you, there's always going to be a reason to have envy.
Right.
Envy is always going to be alive. That spirit ain't never going nowhere. Or
Whatever's greater than what you have.
yes, or what I'm doing, or whatever's getting blessed or preferred over me, is going to cause me to feel insecure or envious.
So can I ask this question?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that there's always going to be a Cain and Abel dynamic. It wasn't solely committed to those two brothers. It's just the dynamic of there's always a Cain and Abel. There's always two people that are quote unquote sacrificing.
Yeah.
The Lord may reject one and honor another,
Right.
and that effect is always going to be there.
That's why in the beginning of the book, you know, the Most High is isolating the the issues that exist within a family.
Wow.
The first example that he gave on mankind was a broken home.
Wow.
Because Cain and Abel is a broken home. A devious wife rebelling from her husband is a broken home.
Yeah.
So the Most High used Cain and Abel, Adam and Eve, and their dysfunction within their home as a teacher and an example of what life could be like if you don't learn.
Yeah.
A woman going outside of her husband's instructions, doing what she wants to do, is a sign of dysfunction. That's a broken marriage.
Yeah.
Breaks trust. Two brothers going at it, one killing the other, that's a broken home. That's dysfunction.
Yeah.
So the Most High is using the broken family,
Yeah.
the broken family nucleus of the book of Genesis to explain of what your life could look like in your relationships and that can exist within your household. Yes, sir.
It also shows the effects of what it looks like after a series of time of being discontent. Because Cain couldn't accept the fact that what he was given wasn't enough. And a lot of times we want to feel like what I'm giving has to be enough. And then when you get told that it's not enough, that feeling of discontent, like what more do I have to do?
I don't have it, but I'm going to read it. Matthew Henry, Volume 3, page 375. It is not poverty, but discontentment that makes men unhappy.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not poverty.
It's not poverty, because there's a lot of people that's poor, but ignorance is bliss. Sometimes you're poor, you don't even know you're poor,
Yeah.
and you're still happy. Sometimes you don't even realize you're poor until you don't even know you're poor until you see the rich.
Yeah,
I see a
somebody
lot
else.
of rich
Yeah.
people though.
Yes.
I see a lot of rich people envy poor people.
Yeah, but the point of it being poor is sometimes you don't know you're poor.
Come.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know because ignorance is bliss. You haven't seen the fact that the way you live is not normal. You think that everybody struggle. Everybody got empty refrigerators. Everybody got ice cubes in the freezer, and you think that's normal because everybody in your. That's why you name yourself Ice Cube.
That's all that's in there.
That's all that's in there. Like damn,
That's
bro.
crazy.
You need a new rap name. Man, what's your rap name? Ice Cube. Like, that's all that.
No, I'm iced tea.
Yeah. I got a little bit better.
A little better.
Yeah.
I was literally watching this show on the way here, and it was a family in poverty and a family that was wealthy, and they would swap homes. And the people who were in poverty, they had no idea how bad their condition was. They were at peace until they saw how the rich were living.
Yeah.
And when they saw how the rich were living, they literally developed this discontentment.
They were
ashamed.
They were disgusted at their
Yes.
lifestyle. And sometimes you don't know when you
But they
don't.
were fine.
Well, you're okay with being poor when everybody's poor around you.
Yeah.
Because that's the norm.
Yeah.
But when you actually see somebody living better, doing better,
Yep.
and having things that you don't have, that's when the realization hits you. Is that man? I live below the poverty level.
We don't like that reality.
Yeah, I'm not the upper echelon in the upper crust of society. So that reality hits people sometimes the wrong way. And that's what Matthew Henry is saying. He's saying it is not poverty, but discontentment that makes men unhappy. But when do men become discontent? When they see somebody else have an advantage.
Yeah.
When they see somebody else have an excelled position or an excelled liberty.
Yeah.
Or they have something that they don't possess, then it becomes like, I got a problem with this. I got an issue with this.
And then envy becomes a dominant factor.
Yes. But Cain, instead of dealing with the problem, he was angry at the judgment. And a lot of us do that. We don't want to fix the problem.
Right.
We're just mad at the decisions that the Most High put on us when we're out of order and out of pocket.
Yeah.
We're mad at the fact that I got punished a certain way, I got dealt with a certain way. But I don't want to look at the fact that I've been out of order and I brought this to myself. I was the cause of my own issues. So where are we at right now? We're in James chapter 4 verse 5. Read verse 6.
Verse 6. But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he saith, the Most High resisteth the proud.
He said the Most High does what?
Resisteth the proud.
Why didn't Cain agree with the judgment?
Too proud.
He was too what? His pride was too damn strong. Why don't we agree to the judgment that be put upon us by the Most High? Because our pride be too strong.
We tell
Pride is what a person will have on them when they don't agree with the Most High's punishment.
Oh wow.
That's
true, too.
all a person dealing with is what? Pride. That's all you're dealing with. When somebody don't accept the conditions that the Most High has in front of them, it's their pride that don't want them to accept it. Their pride is too damn strong. Yes, sir.
Yeah, when he says that the Most High resisted the proud, I looked up how it says the Most High disappoints the proud.
Yeah.
That's what it means to resist. He says to baffle. It means to mock. So the Most High, he's gonna be mocking the proud.
Yeah. But now you kill your brother, and now you become a panhandler, a permanent panhandler. And you become now living the life of a drifter and a wanderer and a vagabond and a hitchhiker, no home, no roots, no stability. And now you know what? Because your pride is so damn strong, you can't let people see you this way. I can't let people, because my pride is so strong, I can't let people see me being on this level.
You can never see past yourself and how what you've done, how it affected people around you.
No, not at all.
You can never see past you, because that's one definition of being contrite. What it says it's
hold that thought.
Okay.
So we want. So the point of it is, I like the fact everybody wheel spinning, but we got to take our time. So he said, read that again.
James 4 verse 6. But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he saith, the Most High resisteth the proud.
He said the Most High do what?
Resisteth the proud.
And what did you say that resist mean?
Disappoint. To baffle.
Means to baffle or disappoint.
You disappoint the proud. You know why? Because you're not the person that you think you are.
Yeah.
And so that the punishment that the Most High put on Cain was a direct attack on his pride. His image.
Wow.
The Most High beamed in on his pride, on his image of what he felt like he was and who he was. And that's why he couldn't accept the punishment, because his pride was too strong.
City.
Yeah. So let's find out. Well, because we read in Genesis chapter 4, verse 16. Read that point again. That's why we're going over this.
Genesis 4:16.
No, verse 16. Read that.
Says, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord.
My wallet.
We need you, man.
I need you, bro. I need that. I need your whistle in the building. Give me that Western whistle.
Western whistle.
Come on, man.
I need that, man. Give me that Western whistle, like that from the Western movies. That how every one of them start off.
That's it.
That's close enough. Right?
That was good on cue.
Yeah.
That's on the spot.
So you should have been there earlier. Yeah. So the whole point is, the Most High's got a punishment laid out that he can't accept. And so how do you know he couldn't accept it? Read verse 16.
Genesis 4:16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod,
Go ahead.
on the east of Eden.
Go ahead.
And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch, and he builded a city.
And he did what?
And builded a city.
So what was the judgment from the Most High? You're a permanent panhandler.
Yeah.
He said, I disagree. I'm going to do what?
Build a city.
I'm going to reinvigorate my image. I'm going to reinvigorate who I want to present myself as.
This is what every man does.
Start over.
This is what every man does when they don't accept the Most High's judgment. They try to build this land of Nod that he went to. That Nod ain't going. That place is still here on earth.
Yeah.
Nod has just become personal now. Everybody has a personal nod. What is that personal nod? That personal nod is, I'm going to keep building despite of not having the Lord's blessing.
Yeah.
So everybody has what was then a place has now become a personal place.
Yeah.
Nod is the fact that I'm going to do everything the Most High told me not to do, because I don't agree with the judgment or the punishment, and I'm gonna build whatever I want to build. He said he went and got a woman, and he went and had kids, and he went and built a city.
Despite the Lord.
That wasn't the judgment from the Most High. He did everything contrary to what the Most High told him to do, because this is what men do when they don't have the Lord's blessing. They go build despite not having the Lord's blessing. I'm going to go do what I want to do with who I want to do it with, no matter what. I don't have to have the Lord's blessing to build what I want to build and to do what I want to do and establish myself with a family. Why? Because envy says, you got a family. Envy says, you got kids.
So I should.
You got blessings.
Envy says, you got a house. So my pride says, I need one too.
I deserve it.
I'm gonna take
I deserve it too.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the Most High's judgment for me.
despite my crimes.
Despite my crimes and despite me not fixing the real issue.
Yeah.
So I overlooked the issue. I overlooked my real issues. Instead of fixing my real issues, I try to bypass the Most High's judgment and still go building. There's a lot of men that live in the land of Nod today.
Yeah.
That I'm going to try to create my stability, fabricate my stability without having the Most High's blessing and authority. And so now Nod has just become personal. But Nod still exists. I'm going to do despite. I'm going to build despite, regardless. So that doesn't sound like humility to me. Go to Psalms 32 and 5.
Come. Psalms chapter 32 and verse 5 read. Ready?
Yep.
Psalms chapter 32 and verse 3 reads. When I kept silent, my bones waxed old.
No. Psalms 32 and 5. Nope.
Slot. Psalms 32 and 5 reads. I acknowledge my sin.
What did Cain not want to do?
Exactly.
He didn't want to acknowledge his sins.
Why did he try to go build without the Most High's blessing?
Because he want all his sins.
What didn't he want to look at?
Himself.
What does everybody do when they go build their own land or not?
You don't see your fault. You know,
That's the place where everybody go dwell in when they don't want to acknowledge their sin.
when you disagree.
That's the place where everybody go when I disagree. When I disagree with the Most High's judgment. Everybody goes to the land of Nod. All it is, it just represents a place that I go instead of being humble. Instead of doing what should have been done. What should have been done was Cain look at what he done wrong and look to amend his ways. But he said what?
I acknowledge my sin unto thee.
He said what?
I acknowledge my sin unto thee.
How do you know Cain didn't want to do this? Because the Most High asked Cain, where's thy brother Abel? And what was, and then Josephus said, he said, I don't know. and yes, sir.
Acknowledge. Number 3, to own or confess as implying a consciousness of guilt.
It said, own or confess as applied to a conscience of guilt. So when the Most High asked Cain, where's thy brother? What didn't he want to do?
He didn't want to
Acknowledge his sin.
He didn't want to acknowledge his sin. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge their sin. That's not a new spirit. A lot of people will not like the lifestyle that the Most High has put upon them, but still won't go fix the problem. Yes, sir.
So when I go back to my time in EO, right?
No, let's say that for a second. Everybody don't understand that. Let's bring it up into where everybody can understand. Unless you want to say that for counsel.
Well, I'm saying that there were things that I wouldn't acknowledge, right? And so if I'm following this path, right, the things I wouldn't acknowledge when I was here in class, the things I wouldn't acknowledge when I was in council, the things I wouldn't acknowledge when I was upset, all that stuff added up, and that land of Nod caused a division little by little while I was here.
Yes.
And to the point where eventually
It takes you out. Great point.
Go on a journey.
to a literal physical vagabond land of Nod, because my goal has been to build.
Right. But that's everybody's goal.
Right.
Everybody's goal is to build despite not fixing their issues.
Right.
And that's all that is today is their own individual personal nod.
So building outside of judgment.
Building outside of judgment and fixing my problems and acknowledge my faults. When I ignore my issues and I still try to build, that's what everybody do when they build nod.
Yeah.
Right, because I remember just days of being in council on the phone.
Well, let's hold that. Let's hold that because I want to. That's what counsel says. But people have to contemplate like you're doing out loud,
Yes.
everybody has to do that same contemplation.
Right.
They have to ask themselves the question you're asking right now.
Right.
Wherein have I went and built my land of Nod, my personal land of Nod? When have I tried to go establish something that wasn't meant to be established, and I bypassed instruction, and I didn't fix myself to deserve that blessing? Everybody does it. You're just honest enough to admit it. But everybody does it.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to sidestep the Most High's judgment. Everybody tries to bypass fixing themselves, but go straight to a blessing, or go straight to establishing something. And they wonder why the Most High's hand is constantly against them. And we got to get to that point also, but we got to explain the point first. We got to get to that point too. But read that again.
Come. Psalm chapter 32 and verse 5 reads, I acknowledge my sin unto thee.
What didn't Cain want to do?
Did not acknowledge his own sin.
Because when he was asked, where's your brother? What did he say?
Am I my brother's keeper?
No, he said everything but, hey man, he's in the dirt right now. I got him, his toes sticking out. I got tired. I didn't want to. I only went down a foot and a half. I got tired. He's a size 14 shoe. He's got a size 14 foot. He's 2 inches off the. He's 2 inches out the dirt. I got tired. It was hot outside. He said that I'm making fun. That's not what he said. But people say everything but the problem.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. People say everything but the issue. So he said what?
I acknowledge my sin unto thee.
Go ahead. Unto who? The Most High. Read.
And my iniquity have I not hid.
Go ahead.
I said I will confess my transgression.
He says, I said to myself, I told myself, I will confess my transgressions. Read.
Unto the Lord.
Read.
And thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin.
And it says, and I hope that if I give the Most High what he's really asking for, that the Most High will in turn forgive me for my what?
Sin.
My sin.
So you do this confession out of hope.
Yeah.
We confess out of hope. That's the spirit
That's the root of it.
that's the spirit that we're in behind the confession. I hope the Most High forgives me. I hope that if I give the Most High a confession, I hope that if I give the Most High what he's asking for, I hope that if the Most High hears me out, and I'm going to lay out everything I do wrong, and I'm going to put it on the table, I hope the Most High hears this true confession of a crime, and then bless me for it or remove this punishment for me.
Yeah, you dedicate the rest of your life to seeking his acceptance.
Right? And that's
It's not a guarantee.
it's not guaranteed, but you're doing it in hope.
Yeah.
And this is why people come clean. This is why men stop running and women stop running and they come clean with their issues.
Yeah.
Because I have a hope that the Most High will hear me, and I'll go ahead and lay out the fact that I've been wrong. Hold us in James, right? Read verse 6. Read verse 6. Let me read one more.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For
Hold on. No. We're in Psalms, right? Psalms 32. And give me verse. Don't read verse 6 yet. Nope.
Okay.
Give me verse. Just read it. It's fine. Just read it.
Verse 6.
No, don't read it. Read verse 7.
Verse 7.
Yep.
Psalm chapter 32 and verse 7 reads, Thou art my hiding place.
It says, Thou art my what?
Hiding place.
It says, Thou art my hiding place. Read.
Thou shalt preserve me.
He says, I know that if I come to you with all my dirt, he says, you will what?
Preserve me.
He said, we know that the Most High, if we come clean, the Most High will preserve us. But there's no preservation in doing my own thing. Read on.
Thou shalt preserve me from trouble.
He says, you shall preserve me from what?
Trouble.
Sounds like trust, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Read on.
Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance.
Sounds like salvation, right? When you get saved from your troubles.
Yeah. Encouragement.
Yep. Read on.
Salah. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go.
It says, and if we are able to confess, if we can confess, it says the Most High will teach us. It says in the way that thou shalt go. Read. Hold on. This is Psalms 32, right?
Come in verse 8.
I wanna before we get verse 8, I gotta read this part right here, which backs up the point I made earlier about why you would confess.
It's crazy that we're on the topic of confession once again, as almost like whenever we deal with this element of judgment, sin, the Most High said, "I will make a way to escape."
Yep.
Whenever you're under a temptation or a scenario where you're in a bad position, He said, "I will make a way to escape." We all say, well, "What's that way to escape? How's He gonna make a way to escape?" He always opens the door for confession.
Yes.
That is also a way to escape.
Yes. That is a way. And that's the hope that everybody should have, is that the Most High can change his determination against me.
Yeah.
He could change his punishment. The Most High can always change his punishment, but it's up to us. We know in Jeremiah chapter 18 verse 15, what is it? Verse 5. Read Jeremiah chapter 18 verse 5 real quick. The Most High can always change his determination against us. Get Jeremiah chapter 18 verse 5. Read that. I got you, Gallup. I saw your hand up.
Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 5. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Come. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? Said the Lord. Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in my hand.
Read.
O house of Israel.
Read.
At what instant?
He said what?
At what instant?
The Most High said at what? At what?
At what instant?
Instant means immediately. The Most High says instant means immediately. Guess what? The Most High can always change a person's situation and scenario, circumstance immediately. He said what?
At what instant?
Instant means immediately. Read on.
I shall speak concerning a nation.
Go ahead.
And concerning a kingdom.
Read on.
To pluck up.
He said, when I got it out for you, and I'm about to pluck you up. What else?
To pull down.
And I'm about to rip everything you build to the ground. I'm about to destroy everything you put together. What else?
And to destroy it.
And plain and simple. And I have it out to destroy you. When my hand is against you, the Most High can also instantly do what? Read.
Destroy it.
Read.
If that nation against whom I have pronounced turn from their evil.
It says, if they turn from their evil, read. I
will repent of the evil that I thought to do unto them.
And that can happen when? That can happen in an instant. So, but Cain don't understand this. A prideful man don't understand this. That the Most High can change their situation and their circumstance in an instant. It's all based on your humility and your ability to acknowledge your faults. Stop pointing the finger at everybody else and look at yourself.
Yeah.
And ask yourself some real questions about where have you gone wrong.
But all the men that were disconnected from God always lacked that understanding. They always lacked understanding of humility, and they always lacked the understanding of confession. Those are always the 2 points, or the 2 major points of the guys that were always in the scriptures villains.
Yep. Always. Read this right here. Like this point right here.
God has implanted hope.
He said God has implanted what?
Hope.
All it takes is a little bit of what?
Hope.
All it takes is a little bit of hope. And you can understand that the Most High can change your situation in a heartbeat. That's why it's important that people don't give up hope. Hope is critical to understanding how fast the Most High God can change my scenario and my lifestyle. He can take you off a course of destruction that he put you on, that he pronounced against you, and put you on a path to success. It don't take long. All it takes is a little bit of hope. Read.
God has implanted hope in the human race.
In where?
In the human race.
Read on. For what purpose?
That having a comfort innate in them.
It says hope should give me a little bit of comfort. Read.
Innate in them, those who have committed errors.
It says those that have committed what?
Those who have committed errors.
If I make mistakes, I should have a little bit of hope in the Most High, knowing that if I committed errors, read on.
which are not irremediable,
irremediable, meaning they're unfixable. Read.
may feel their sorrows lightened.
They may feel their sorrows what?
Lightened.
So that everybody should have a little bit of hope that if I make mistakes, that they're fixable. And that acknowledgement and that understanding should give me a little bit of comfort and make my scenario lighter and my punishment or my condition a little bit lighter, because I know that there's a way to get back to the Most High. There's always a way back to the Most High.
So where was he reading from?
That's follow page 894. Follow page 894. Jewish historian.
Yeah,
Walked around the earth same time. These are Jews that wrote from Alexandria. They didn't grow up in he didn't grow up in Jerusalem or Israel or Judea. He grew up and was born in Alexandria. And in Alexandria, there was, at that time of this writing, there was over 1 million Jews living in Alexandria. So it wasn't an uncommon thing. They had the largest Jewish population outside of Jerusalem in Alexandria, Egypt. So he's a student of Scripture. So he says, read it again.
Come. Philo, page 894. God has implanted hope in the human race that, having a comfort innate in them, those who have committed errors, which are not irremediable, may feel their sorrows lightened.
And that's why it's important. Who has Psalms 32?
I did.
Read verse 6.
Come. Psalms chapter 32 and verse 6 reads, For this shall everyone that is godly.
It says, for this shall everyone that is what?
Godly.
This is why every godly person always has a little bit of hope in them. Everybody that's godly has a little bit of hope in them, because they know that they can recognize when the Most High has opened up a window of opportunity to get back to him. The Most High didn't close the door on me. I got hope that the Lord didn't close the door on me. You know when the Most High asked Cain, "Where's thy brother?" What was he doing?
You had a little hope that you might.
No, he was opening up a window of opportunity for him.
Yeah.
He was opening up a window of opportunity for confession.
Yeah.
He didn't even doom him when he asked. He knew what he did to his brother, and he still didn't doom him. He just said, "Where's thy brother?" That was a little window. He opened up the window. I'm gonna crack the window just enough so you can get back home.
Christ said, "As I hear, I judge," and He gave an opportunity to hear him out.
Yes.
He gave an opportunity to say what really needed to be said.
You know what? If Cain had some humility, but we know he was operating in pride, because that's what prideful men don't. They don't agree with the Most High's judgment. So a godly man will recognize when the Most High is opening up a window. Why is that so important? That's very important because everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
But not everybody is godly when it comes to making terms and conditions of getting back to the Father after they make a mistake. See, the Most High has a methodology behind faults and errors. So if I make a mistake, can I at least confess my mistake? Can I acknowledge my mistakes? Or do I double down and hold on to my pride and be mad and unacceptable, and I try to build my life and sculpt my life,
Yeah.
bypassing the Most High's judgment, going beyond his punishment, and building regardless? I'm going to build my life regardless.
But your city.
I'm going to build my city regardless. Yes, sir.
And it also showed how merciful the Most High is, because he already knew what was in his mind. And he even told him if sin lieth at the door,
If you don't do well.
If you don't.
Well, yes. But we know what happened to the end of the story because it's an open book test. But we know what happened. But we got to look at why it happened. And what was the Most High was doing when it happened. What the Most High was doing to Cain when he asked him, "Where's our brother?" He was giving him an opportunity to say what he did. And a lot of times we don't. When the Most High has opened up a window for you to instantly change the judgment that he got set out for you. We don't recognize when the window's open. That's the whole point. I'm slowing it down because we don't even recognize right now that the time we're living in now is about to get worse. And why have we been going over these dishonesty classes and lying classes and deceitful classes? And because obviously the time is short. In Romans it says our salvation is nearer than what we have believed. So if you don't get right now, then the question is, are you ever going to get right? If you don't start confessing right now what it is that you're guilty of, are you ever going to confess what you're guilty of? Because we may not recognize, hey, this window is open right now. This is your chance to come back to the Most High and for him not to change or put permanent doom on you, permanent destruction on you. Or are you going to take this time to come clean with everything you do wrong? Or is your pride going to interfere and you not confess what you do wrong? Have it your way. But you can't say the window wasn't open. You can't say you never got a chance.
No one was there.
You can't say nobody heard you out. You can't say there was nobody to confess to counsel with. You can't say there was no opportunity to come clean. You'd be a liar if you say that. So, yes, sir.
What you're saying, like, about everything you're saying, you're talking about how the men, how the Most High sends the wind in. And we're looking at it right now because all these different tornadoes hitting Chicago, everywhere. It's just worldwide with the tornadoes, plus the heat lately been higher than what we normally used to do.
All those are signs. All those are signs of the Most High's judgment, and there's many of them. There's many of them. All those, and that honestly, we gotta save. That particular part. What you're saying is very important. It's very important. But we have a whole class after this dedicated to those winds of destruction that the Most High got coming. We got a whole class waiting after this. Right now, this is about recognizing when the window of opportunity is here.
Yeah.
Right now, we're discussing that, hey, this is your chance. This is our chance.
Before the wind.
Before the wind coming. Because we're not feeling it yet as severe as what's going to happen. So not realizing that, hey, this is a window of opportunity right now that we're in right now. So, read it again.
Come on, verse 6. For this shall everyone that is godly.
So the godly, people that's godly, they can recognize, hey man, this the Most High give me a chance to get right. Only a godly person would recognize the time. This is my chance, man. Whatever I've done wrong in my life, however crooked I've been in my life, the Most High has opened up the window, and I better jump in this window. It's like a train that's moving. The train ain't gonna stop for you. You better slide that damn door open and get your stick with the damn blanket on the end, with the knapsack connected to the stick. You better throw your stick in the train and jump in the train, or leave the stick and jump in the train. This ain't the time. He said, but godly men understand when the Most High is opening up a window for them.
Mm-hmm.
Ungodly men operate in pride.
Rebel.
And they rebel and they disagree. Read on.
For this shall everyone that is godly
Go ahead.
pray unto thee in a time.
And at what?
In a time.
Go ahead.
When thou mayest be found.
See, only godly people recognize when the window's open. A fool don't recognize the time. I'm gonna stay in my opinion. I'm gonna stay in my pride, and I ain't confessing nothing. I ain't acknowledging nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I'm not coming clean on nothing. I ain't giving up nothing. I made my bed, I'm gonna lie in it. Okay. You didn't recognize when the window was open? You couldn't see the window opening.
Yeah, because Cain only saw what he wasn't getting in the moment.
Yes.
He only saw what he was losing. He didn't saw that he lost the Most High's favor.
He didn't see he was unaccepted.
Yes, which was giving him an opportunity. Okay, I've displeased my father. Now he's showing me I've displeased him. So now I can figure out what do I have to do to gain his favor again.
And also what he didn't recognize is that by the Most High blessing Abel,
yeah,
the Most High was giving Cain a superior example of what to follow.
But he just envied that example.
Instead of following the superior example,
yeah,
I was jealous of the example.
Yes. Essential. Yeah.
He went to 9 to get it on his own.
To get it on his own. I'm gonna build it on my own.
I do that every day.
And so only a godly person recognizes when those windows are open, man. When I gotta change. We read that in verse 6, right? What you got? No, you can read it. That's good.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 29. Man. And this is just going on that, how the godly can recognize when the Most High is giving you the opportunity to regain his favor. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 17, verse 29.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 17:29. How great is the loving kindness of the Lord our power.
And that's what Cain didn't recognize, is that when there was an acknowledgement, he gave an opportunity to acknowledge and confess. He didn't see this as an opportunity, and the Most High offering him loving kindness. This is the opportunity, son. I'm showing you what you missed. You missed the mark. Now I'm showing you what you need to do. I'm giving the opportunity to regain my favor, but Cain missed that. Read that. Read it from the top again.
From the top. How great is the loving kindness of the Lord our power.
And this is what the godly can always see, is that in these moments when we're not getting what we want, the Most High is showing me my error. It's an opportunity to regain his affection. He can recognize the loving kindness of the Lord our power. Go ahead.
And his compassion unto such as turn unto him in holiness.
And that's the hope. Because the Most High is going to show me that loving kindness enough for me to correct my error. Because he's given this opportunity. He has enough compassion on me to give me a way back to holiness. So I can turn and give me opportunity for change. But we take for granted that opportunity and that time. We waste that time. We neglect that time. We get caught up in what we don't got and what we're not getting and miss the opportunity. Now, that's all we want.
Yeah. Who had James 4 and 6? Read verse 7.
James chapter 4 and verse 7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to the Most High.
And that's why it's important to do what?
Submit yourselves to the Most High.
That's why it's very important to submit to the Most High. Read.
Resist the devil.
Because either the devil is going to keep talking to you, telling you don't have to confess,
Yes.
telling you don't have to acknowledge your sins.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
The liar.
The devil will tell you you got more time than what you think you have. Somebody going to be talking to you. Somebody going to tell you can't trust these people.
It's personal.
Don't confess.
It's personal.
You can't trust them. Don't confess.
Yeah, exactly. Why do I have to confess to them?
Yeah.
Who are they?
Who are they to you?
Yeah.
You know, you ain't got to go to class.
Yeah, because I like what you're saying, because you're saying that there is a reason you're not confessing. Because people act like they're babies. I just couldn't do it. But they never ever say that this is the reason why I did not do this. They never take the spirit of ownership
None.
and accountability.
None.
There's an absence of accountability when you come to people that don't confess.
None. And somebody's talking to them.
Yeah.
Who's talking to them? The devil's talking to them. The devil's the only one telling you don't confess your faults.
Because he knows that's your angle back to God.
Because he knows that's the door to get, that's the window to get back with the Most High.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Wow.
Or just keep everything a secret till you die.
And live in secrets.
Go to the grave with all the things you do wrong. Just take it to the grave.
Take it to the grave.
Take it to the grave. Take it to the grave. Don't come clean. Don't come out with it. Just go ride this wave until the wave stops. Surf this wave until there's no more water to surf.
Or put those deathbed confession points. Because we only time you hear real confessions, like Clive Davis and whoever figures are, they know they're guaranteed they're gonna go.
Yeah.
Especially in nursing homes, we deal with people that deal with you know the situation. People that have done bad things to other people, they always confess right before it's time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emmett Till's killer.
Yeah.
The woman that got Emmett Till killed
Yeah.
finally came out.
Never talk.
No.
All this time.
No, and she would when people 60 Minutes try to come and do an interview, her kids ran them off. Her kids
What?
don't come over here no more. You're not welcome here. But on her own, she came out with the fact that Emmett Till was innocent. She lied. Hey, it's late now.
Way too late.
And that sometimes that shame is so strong. It fights against you from confessing. There's been times I confess things. There's a couple things that I've confessed before in counsel. I think it took me 30 minutes. Maybe I'm exaggerating. It took me 30 minutes. You were in there, just sitting there. That way I was in there too. I was trying to like form the words. The shame was so strong. I didn't want to say it. It was holding me back. Cause it was something I literally said. I confess this, I confess that, but this one thing, I'm gonna take it to my grave.
Yeah.
I said that before.
Yeah.
It took me like 30 minutes for them words to just come out.
You know, and this he's explaining
That's real.
the difficulty of honesty
It's real.
and sincerity. How difficult honesty is. It's a weight
Yeah, the real
that you hold on to.
Yeah.
That if you hold on to it too long, it'll drag you down.
Yeah.
But when you confess and come clean with what you do wrong, it's immediately lifted off your shoulders.
You feel it coming off.
You feel it coming. You feel the weight
That's true.
coming off, and it's like, man, I've been holding on this for so long.
Yeah.
Whew,
There is a lightness.
I'm so
Yeah.
you know the lightness is I hope the Most High has mercy on me.
Yeah.
Now that I gave this up.
You put in the open.
Now that I gave this up, I gave this sacrifice to Him that I didn't want to say, I didn't want to do, I didn't want to acknowledge. The Most High knows that I've been holding on to this little bitty gritty little secret little tiny little. We always say it's tiny.
Yeah.
It's tiny little secret. It's tiny little.
The white line.
Yeah. We always minimize it. Say it's small. Just a little small thing that
I'll
I
let
did.
you know everything
Yeah.
else. You ain't got to know this too.
Yeah. But people giving the Most High what He asked for is so difficult and heavy and hard to bear. But when you do give the Most High what He asked for, you know what? It's a relief.
It's a feeling, man.
It's a relief
Uplifting.
that you can't explain.
No.
But give me verse 7.
James chapter 4 and verse 7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
The devil is going to tell you to keep secrets and
Yes.
to tell lies because he's the
Yeah.
father of lies. Don't tell anybody, keep it a secret. He's the father of lies. But that's the devil telling you.
Yeah.
But if you understand your windows of opportunity, you cast off. Stop listening to the devil. Use every time you get to confess, come clean with all your dirt and everything you've done wrong, and let the Most High deal you a whole new deck of cards. Because the cards that we had in our hand was doomed. Read on.
Verse 8, it says, draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you.
See, that's proof right there. What does it take to get close to the Most High? Read on.
Cleanse your hands.
They said, do what?
Cleanse your hands.
What is it? What does the Most High require for us to get close to Him? Cleanse your hands. What else?
Ye sinners,
Go ahead.
and purify your hearts.
And purify your hearts with honesty and truth and sincerity. Read on.
Ye double-minded.
Stop the doubt. Stop the cap. Read on.
Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Lay in laughter.
That's confession.
Yeah, that's what happens when you come confessing.
Because it's different. It's almost like a psychological exercise when you go to counseling, or you ever had marriage counseling before. Sometimes when you go through those processes, they'll give you a notebook because it's different saying it versus getting a pen and piece of paper and writing it. They'll take you through steps. Like
Yeah.
some people like to text it. Like I don't mind like you just, but
Yeah.
you draw more to it. Is more sincere when you write a letter.
Yeah.
Like write it down, then speak it. It's like a step-by-step approach.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. You're convicting yourself,
Yeah.
and you're convicted of your faults.
Yeah,
You're convicted of your mistakes,
yeah,
and there is shame.
yeah. You feel that shame.
There is shame and embarrassment that comes along with being honest.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel that shame, you will feel destruction. So you got to pick one. Deal with the shame or deal with the destruction that's on its way. So, but you can't say the Most High didn't open this window up. Nobody can say I didn't have a chance, I didn't have time. That's a lie. Every day I wake up, the Most High give you a new chance to come clean with everything you do wrong, everything you think wrong. Every day is a new opportunity. Whether you waste it is up to you. Whether you don't want to come clean is on you. Read on.
Right. It says, be afflicted and mourn and weep. Lay your laughter be turned to mourning,
Yeah.
and your joy to heaviness.
Read on.
Humble yourselves.
Because that's what happens when you do what?
Humble yourselves
Read on.
in the sight of the Lord.
Yes. How do you do that? You got to come clean. Read.
Right.
And he shall lift you up.
And the Most High shall do what?
Lift you up.
So this is what Cain didn't understand that he was forfeiting. Because Cain didn't have any humility, Cain could not do what? He couldn't be lifted up. Because he didn't have what it takes for the Most High to lift him up. You know, if Cain would have had humility, confession, and honesty, the Most High could have lifted him up. So, who forfeited his own opportunities? Who closed his own window of opportunity?
He did.
He did. Because I don't got enough honesty. I don't have enough ability to say, hey, this is me. I'm dirty. I do dirty things. I think bad thoughts.
Pride.
It's pride.
Oh, it's pride.
I'm guilty. So the Most High couldn't lift him up. Where's that at? In verse 10, right?
Yeah.
Read verse 10 again.
Verse 10.
Who had Psalms 32?
I did.
You had Psalms 32, right?
Yes.
Read verse 7 after he read this.
God. James chapter 4, verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord,
Read.
and he shall lift you up.
And he said what?
He shall lift you up.
Cain could not be lifted up out of his situation because Cain didn't have the humility that it takes to be lifted up. The humility that it takes to be lifted up is the ability to acknowledge when you're wrong and when you're dirty and you're filthy and you're guilty.
Because what that confession does too, it tears down that false image of yourself.
Yes.
It tears down those lies you've been trying to convince yourself of over all those years.
Or the costume I've been hiding
That
behind.
costume. Yeah.
That I've been hiding behind the whole
Confession
time.
tears that down.
Like I'm a good guy. I'm a good woman.
Yeah.
You're not a good woman.
Yeah.
You're not a good guy.
Yeah. Those
And
anecdotes.
I want to be known a certain way. I want to be seen a certain way. I want to be recognized a certain way. You're not as good as a person as you think you are.
Yeah.
None of us are.
How you present yourself.
Everybody's guilty. That's why I said everybody is full of errors.
Yeah.
But everybody doesn't operate correctly in a godly fashion when they make mistakes. Not every person takes on a godly mentality and recognize, hey man, the Most High wants something from me right now, and I better give it to him because my situation is about to change. And I better take this time that the Most High has given me to come out with whatever it is that I'm dealing with and speak up, because that's this window of opportunity. And as much as it opens, it also closes.
Yeah.
You know how we know that? Finish that in Jeremiah 18:6. We didn't finish it.
We were at 9. You want me to go back to 6?
Oh, where we stopped at. Finish on from where we stopped at.
I'll go back to 8.
No, just finish where we stopped at.
Let's see here. Verse 9. Verse 9. And what instant?
He said also, just as quick, and just as immediate, and just as instantly, the Most High will open up a window of opportunity to change your destruction. He said, at what instant, read?
And at what instant I shall speak concerning a nation,
Read.
And concerning a kingdom,
Read.
To build and to plant it.
He said, when I had a blessing set up for you, when I had an establishment and a permanent situation set up for you, just as fast as I wanted the best in life for you to be built up. Read.
Verse 10. If it do evil,
It said if it do what?
If it do evil.
So just as fast as the Most High will want you success, it's just as fast as the Most High will change your success to destruction. If you do what?
If it do evil in my sight,
Read.
that it obey not my voice,
Read.
then I will repent of the good wherewith I said I would benefit.
So both opportunities are instant. You get an instant opportunity to change and confess and come clean, or you got an instantly closed window where your opportunity is done because you didn't recognize when the Most High was offering this opportunity. You couldn't see this time in the truth as a chance for change. So the Most High opens windows fast, and He also closes them fast too. And whether we recognize it or not, hey, that's dependent upon how much hope you got and how godly of a conscience you possess. How much trust you have in the Most High. So, what I say, my Waller?
Psalms chapter 32 and verse 7 reads.
Yep.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance.
So in order to get this deliverance, we need two things. We need hope And we need humility after living a defective, error-filled life. We need those two things in life. Yes, sir.
What was the scripture?
We're in Psalm 32 and verse 7. In order to get this salvation, this deliverance that the Most High is talking about, we need two things. We need hope and we need humility. The hope is the fact that the Most High has given me a chance to come clean, like we read in Philo. The humility is the fact that I'm humble enough to confess that I'm dirty, I'm filthy, and I've been out of order. And I've been living this life the wrong way, and I've been doing a lot of bad things that nobody knows but me. I'm the only one that knows everything that I've been doing.
In the Most High.
Well, of course we know the Most High know.
But we act like you don't.
But yes, because we're man pleasers. A man pleaser is a person that as long as I hide it from men, that's all that matters. As long as men don't see me, that's all that matters. That's a man pleaser. So read on, hold on. Go back to Genesis 4:13, and then hold that, my water.
Genesis 4:13.
Hold on. You read this for me too. Read this. Go ahead.
And Cain said unto the Lord.
It said, and Cain said what?
And Cain said unto the Lord,
Read.
my punishment.
He said what?
My punishment.
Go ahead.
Is greater than I can bear.
Yeah, I can't handle this punishment. I don't accept this punishment. This is too much. He said, my punishment is what?
Greater than I can bear.
Why does he say his punishment is greater than he could bear? Give me this right here. I'm sorry. Oh, let me get this point right here. I need some glasses, man. Read this point right here. I want you to read this green and then read that yellow. Read this right here. That green and then read that yellow. Read that. He said, my punishment is greater than what? Than I could bear, right? Guys, why is his punishment greater than he could bear? Read this for me real quick. It's back to Philo. We're going to bounce back and forth. Read.
Philo, page 50. For it is not natural.
It is not what?
For it is not natural.
It is not natural for what?
For vice.
For vice, which is errors, addictions, issues, sins, guilt. Read on.
For it is not natural for vice, which is inclined to be subservient to the passions, to inhabit the city of virtue.
It says it is not natural for somebody to move from a passion-filled, impulse-filled life where I get to do what I want. As long as nobody see me, that's all that matters. And I'm comfortable in my sin. It's not natural for somebody to relocate from a vice-filled, error-filled life to a life of virtue. He's saying that's not an easy transition.
It's not natural thing.
And it's not natural for people to go from one style of living to a complete, transparent, honest form of living. Meaning, if you've been lying all your life, and you're comfortable lying, and you've been wearing costumes all your life, and you've been full of error all your life, to go from that type of life to a life filled with virtue, that transition is not easy. And sometimes people get choked up and tripped up along the way of trying to relocate from doing things how they do it in life to doing things how the Most High wants you to do it in life. What we don't understand is to make that transition smoother is why the Most High has given us this truth. The Most High has given us this truth to make that transition smoother from going from the world and doing the things that the world does to doing things how the Most High would like things to be done. The truth is the transition period between a vice-filled life full of errors to a life following after the Most High in hope and humility. Because the Most High knows that that's not a natural, easy thing to do. That's why what you said earlier about how coming clean for you may have took 30 minutes. Now you can explain. I don't remember in detail. After class, you can explain it in detail what that was that took you so long and was so difficult for you to come clean about or to say out of your mouth. But we've also seen it to where it ain't been 30 minutes. We've seen men take 10 years to come clean. And that's no exaggeration. If you're in the truth long enough, you'll find out that it takes some men and some women 8, 9, 10 years to say the things that they've been holding on to the whole time.
Well, let me clarify. It took me years to get to the point where I felt comfortable.
No, I'm not saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm just comparing and contrast. I'm not saying you in particular. I'm just comparing how in that you struggled in that 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Some people struggle for 30 years, 10 years, 15 years. Some people take a long time to finally say, hey, this is what I've been doing. This is what I'm guilty of. I don't want to hold this burden anymore. I don't want to be guilty of this weight anymore. I don't want to be the cause of my life going to hell and my life being a drifter and a vagabond and disconnected from the Most High. I don't want to live like this anymore. Let me go ahead and offload all this filth and all this dirt right now so I can be free.
Shameful.
Yes, it takes time. It's not natural. That's the whole point. It's not easy. Of course, the Most High knows it's not easy. Being honest is not easy. Coming clean is not easy. Looking like a damn sinner is not easy. Of course, it's not easy.
Feeling filthy.
Feeling filthy. Feeling dirty.
Can I ask this question though? Is the time period it takes to confess, as far as y'all are going over time periods, 10 years, 8 years, sometimes brothers can do it faster than that, depending on what, is that the degree of how strong Satan's control over that person?
Yeah.
Because what to confess means I've loosened the grip Satan has over me. Because Satan's the one that's resisting you when it comes to confession. It's like you talk about that the spirit of Michael was fighting the devil and trying to fight, resist over the body of Moses. There was a principality war between these two forces over the body of Moses. Well, the same thing applies to people in their confession and communication. There's a resistance factor. There's a spiritual factor where Satan is trying to throw multiple reasons to convince you not to do it. And then the Most High is giving you multiple classes and situations to make you do it. So it's basically what I'm trying to say is it just shows how strong the grip. Satan had a 10-year grip, an 8-year grip. Like vices. I was smoking these cigarettes for 20 years. Now, that means Satan had a 20-year grip on you when it came to that vice.
Yep.
So to not confess, is it the same arena?
Yeah, you could say that. And also you could say that it's not just Satan, but it's also my pride.
Come.
Because all Satan does is reinforce the pride.
Yeah.
All he does is he reinforces the fact that you don't have to come clean. You don't gotta stop what you're doing. You can be accepted the way you are.
Preserve the image of ourselves.
Yeah, right. So all he does is just pat you on the back for keeping secrets and telling lies. Keep up the good work, my diligent one. my diligent son. Yeah. So so, but the transition is not easy. Read it again.
50, page 50. For it is not natural for vice, which is inclined to be subservient to the passions.
He said, which is inclined, your vices, your addictions. Say if we say smoking or whatever, lying. Say if lying is one of your addictions, smoking is one of your addictions, whatever. He says it is not natural for somebody that's going or transitioning from a passion-filled, impulse-filled life, where they're only impelled by their appetite, to go and relocate to who?
To inhabit the city of virtue.
So he's saying to go from vice to virtue is not an easy process.
No.
That means from going to dishonesty to honesty is not an easy process. From going from lies to telling the truth is not an easy process. From going to hiding to being transparent is not an easy process.
No.
Everything that we do coming out of the world, coming into the truth, it's not easy. 2 hands was up. Sis, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I was also saying, I like the concept of the line of pride, but can it also be the point where it's a training or behavior as a child? For example, if you try to confess, you do look as bad, or it's a training. You don't say what happened in the house. You don't say what's going on with you. And if you do, like if you're in school, if you tell the teacher I'm this one, wow, how would you not know? It wasn't painted as something positive to confess.
Well, so for example, if say you had siblings in the house, and you could recognize when your siblings are lying to your parents, but they got ice cream, and when you told the truth, you went to your room into the corner and you got your toy stripped from you. What example are you gonna follow? I want to get, so I'm gonna lie too, because I know they lied, so I'm gonna lie too. So I'm not gonna tell. I don't see the reward or benefit in telling the truth. Right, because look how I get treated. Just because the other sibling could be a goody two shoe and they get away with murder. And now that so you look at, Brad, there's no benefit in being honest. But hopefully that answers the question. Yes, sis.
Slight clarification, I guess you're saying like the Most High's understanding of the fact like if you come from a life that's like hyper-stimulating and then that transition to like not being overly stimulated the way you were in the world is like difficult.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. If you come from a passion-filled,
Yeah.
lust-filled life,
Yeah.
because that's what the passions are. It's just lust, a strong appetite, where I'm driven by my appetite. So now I'm coming to a place of celibacy, or sometimes even I'm a eunuch, or let's say I'm somebody that's castrated from the world, from the pleasures of my flesh. That transition is tough. To go from one extreme, basically coming out of the world, and into the truth, is a very uncomfortable process.
Deprivation.
And it's not natural to relocate from one place that you've been comfortable doing and being, a person you've been comfortable being all your life, to this new creature in Christ where you don't hold no secrets, where you tell the truth, whether you look bad or not, whether you look ugly or not. So to go from one place to another, he's just explaining how difficult it is. And the Most High understands how difficult it is, and that's why he gives us this truth. He gives us a platform, he gives us a place, and he gives us people to be honest with, to practice and rehearse the righteous acts.
Yeah.
And that's all that we're doing now. Read that again.
Follow page 50. For it is not natural for vice, which is inclined to be subservient to the passions, to inhabit the city of virtue, inasmuch as it is devoted to the pursuit of rudeness and ignorance with great folly.
That's a great point.
Because he says it is what? It is devoted to what?
To the pursuit.
It says, as long as I'm devoted to the pursuit of what?
Ignorance.
Rudeness. As long as I'm rude, every day I'm rude to somebody.
Which is bad social, but the term for it. Being abrasive, bad social skills.
Brutish.
Being brutish amongst men.
Yeah.
It's always that friction amongst men.
Right.
And social disconnection.
Yeah.
An inability to read the room, an inability to read social cues or connections with people.
I don't have the ability to be tactful.
Yeah, inability to speak with tact.
I can't. I'm not appropriate in my speech.
Come, because I'm out the spirit.
Yeah, but it's difficult to change this if I've been devoted to being rude.
Wow.
Yeah.
But if he said you practice you practice how you play. However you practice is how you play in the game, right? That's what the coach tells you.
Yeah.
However you practice behind the game,
play how you practice. Yeah.
You're gonna play that. You're gonna execute that same motive when you get in the game.
That's fact.
So he's saying that if you practiced yourself with being rude to people, and that's just you say that's part of your nature, or that's your character. That's just who I am.
Right.
Well, okay. Well, if that's your character, if that's who you are, and you're comfortable being rude to people, if you're comfortable being disrespectful to people, and if you're comfortable being abrasive with your mouth to people, because that's how you've trained yourself, then it's going to be very hard to go to virtue, because look at how you've trained yourself.
Yeah.
You've been this way for a long time. And because you've been this way for a very long time, going from one mind frame to another is very difficult. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be harder. So if you start practicing virtues, you start adopting virtues, you make the transition smoother from vice to virtue.
Yeah.
You make the transition smoother from being a liar to being an honest person.
Right.
You make the transition smoother from being a person that's about spreading gossip and slander to a person that will defriend a friend. You'll make the transition easier. But if you don't practice this, then it's going to be super hard to become righteous, but all you keep doing is practicing wickedness.
Right.
Read that part again.
Okay. Inasmuch as it is devoted to the pursuit of rudeness.
And so if I'm devoted to the pursuit of rudeness, what else?
And ignorance.
And I refuse to be enlightened. I refuse to be instructed.
Yeah.
I refuse to be educated.
Beautiful.
I refuse to listen.
Yeah. That's the practice. I love what you bring out because it makes it more clear now.
It's easy.
The person that doesn't have the ability to listen or commit to instruction is devoted to the practice of ignorance.
Yes. That's one aspect that'll keep a person very hard to relocate from one lifestyle to another.
Is it also like, I'm not trying to I'm not changing the scripture. Like David said, I hate every false way. So the devotion to rudeness is a false way.
Right.
The devotion to ignorance
Lying.
and lying is a false way. These are false ways or false paths that people devote themselves to because they're compelled by what you brought earlier, that impelling.
That ignorance is, I don't want to be told what to do.
Right.
I don't want to be informed.
God.
I don't want to be instructed. I don't want you to tell me what to do. So as long as I got this mentality where I practice being rude, I don't like to be corrected, I don't like to be informed.
Wow.
I'm going to make this transition and relocation even that much harder. For example, we're in the business of moving people, relocating people. We do this on a daily basis. How easy is it to move somebody that's already packed and have everything broken down?
Super duper.
Right.
Everything's already, the whole kitchen, all the plates have already been bubble wrapped and packed and put in boxes and taped and labeled. All the closet has been taken down, shoes in boxes, organized and labeled. All the clothes and wardrobe boxes labeled. The mattresses already got mattress covers on them. How easy it is to go into a job when everything has already been prepared? How easy is it to move this person from one place to another versus when we walk in somebody's house and they still on the phone and the computer, and they still got dishes in the sink.
They're still boxing up.
No, they still got dishes in the sink.
This happened.
And they're saying, and they're on the computer. They work from home, and they say, I'm at work. Everything goes.
What is that?
Yeah. And they're on the computer.
Everything?
And they're like, everything goes. And they don't even get off the computer.
Yeah.
And then you looking at the house like, man, you still got dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
You want us to wash the dishes too?
Yeah. Or there's lit candles on the table you need to move.
Yeah.
There's lit candles and coffee and tea, and you're saying the table needs to go.
Yeah.
Body is done in 2 hours.
Yeah.
They have an unrealistic time period too.
Yes, sir.
Or you just have guns just popping out of the woodwork.
Oh, yeah. Or there's guns everywhere and jewelry everywhere, and wallets on the counter and dressers. Nothing's been moved. Pictures are still on the dresser. It's like, man.
The big things and the little things are going.
Yeah, everything goes. And they don't even want to talk to you. They just, everything goes. Everything goes. It's like I'm at work, so
I gotta blow the candles.
Yeah, you're like
I gotta blow the candles and pack them.
You know what you do? You gotta swallow. You take a real big gulp of air. You like. You know what you gotta do? You gotta accept the fact that if this is what they want.
This is a 6-hour day.
If this is what they're paying for, as long as they pay for it,
so be it.
We good.
So be it.
Because this is where you want. It would have been a lot smoother if you would have did a little bit of preparation.
Then they complain about the time.
And then they complain about the time. And they smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Why you trying to move?
Yeah.
And they feel guilty to move too. It's at the end. I'm so sorry. I'm so. You say it after everything's clean and everything's already done.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I had no time. I'm embarrassed. Yeah, I'm so embarrassed. Yeah, no, you're not.
You're not embarrassed when everything's clean and everything's taken.
You're not embarrassed. You're lazy. You're slothful. You're not embarrassed. You're slothful. You didn't want to do no work. You didn't want to touch no work. And this is what he's saying right here. This is the same thing that he's saying here. People want to get accepted by the Most High, but they don't want to do the work. You know what it takes to get accepted, but you want to make it easier to go from vice to virtue. Start being honest. Stop lying. Start confessing, and start accepting the fact that you don't know what you're doing. And then you make that transition smoother. Make the transition smoother. Finish that.
Accordingly, in this account, it is shown how the wicked man is destitute of a city.
It says this is why he says the wicked man is destitute of what?
A city.
He says this is why the wicked man must inherit the wind.
Wow.
This is why they have to be a vagabond. Lacking resource. This is why they have to be a permanent panhandler. This is why they got to be a couch surfer. Man of no country. Man of no home. Because they want to hold on to rudeness. They want to hold disrespect, brutishness. They want to hold on to folly. And they want to hold on to ignorance. And they don't want to make that. They don't want to make it easier. There's things that we can do to make our transition into the spirit a lot smoother.
They want to grow. It's almost like saying what my current skill set is enough.
Yeah.
What my
Take
current
me
set,
as-
my
take-
current set
take-
of skills.
Take me as I am.
I don't need any improvement.
Yeah. No, that's not what makes the transition smooth. He said this spirit, read it again.
Accordingly, in this account, it is shown how the wicked man is destitute of a city.
He said this is why the wicked man is destitute of a city. Read.
And destitute of a home.
That's why he ain't got no home. That's why he must inherit the wind, because he doesn't want to do the work necessary to change.
I don't value the work.
If I don't do the work necessary for change, I will inherit the wind.
Yeah.
That is destined and set up for everybody that doesn't want to do the work to change. You will have no home. The Most High has made, this ain't us talking.
No wrestling.
This ain't us making this up. This stuff has been written thousands of years ago. All we're doing is bringing it to the forefront to let it be known what life will be like when you bypass the Most High to try to get what you want in life without making no changes. Then you will be on the road again.
You can't wait.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
My friend.
On the road again.
Yeah, I'm singing country
You
tunes.
fell in love
That was-
with that vagabond experience because you know what people do? Like people make the ghetto into a heaven.
Yeah,
People make
that's
their
a real thing.
people make their
Ghetto fabulous.
They make ghetto fabulous. There's people that
Hood
make
rich.
they make the worst experience.
know.
Man, ain't nothing like my block.
Yeah.
This is my block. This my world's my block. I don't want to be nowhere else but right here getting shot at.
Holly Grove, USA.
I know everybody here. I was a kid. I was over here. They all these stories about everything they did in their area because they romanticize and they the term for pedestalize.
Glorify.
They glorify. People glorify and they romanticize their hell.
Poverty.
People, but their personal hell. So that's how a woman I can be ultra, I can be
Confident.
ultra confident and ambitious with my body, and then I fall in love with the act, and I fall in love with the attention, and I fall in love with the dollars. The dollars is on me. It was raining on me last week, girl. It was raining on. It's a shameful act, but you fall in love with it because that's your normal place of being.
Yeah, and I idolize Cardi B.
Yeah.
I idolize Rags to Riches story.
Yeah.
But I don't idolize changes of virtue.
Exactly.
And for a person like that, I was explaining, just like what you explaining, give me Isaiah 5:20 on that type of personality that sees things this way. Give me Isaiah chapter 5, somebody that glorifies ignorance and folly and foolishness and not change. They don't glorify change and repentance and confession.
That's what a person chooses to glorify.
Read that right there.
All right.
Isaiah 5:20. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20.
Read that.
Woe unto them
Destroyed unto them that what?
that call evil good.
It says destruction to those that call what?
Evil good.
If I glorify what the Most High looked at as a depraved punishment, but I'm trying to be comfortable in sin. He says destruction unto them that call what?
Evil good.
You're already destroyed because I don't want to change. Now I'm doubly destroyed. I'm twice as destroyed.
Yeah.
Because I call evil what?
Good.
That's the situation is not good. The projects is not heaven. It's not ghetto heaven. There's no such thing as a ghetto heaven. Those are not.
One of them got a ghetto.
Yeah,
We believe that.
those are not the same things.
Yeah.
Read.
Nah.
Woe unto them.
They're not the same, man. You know, when you're in a good neighborhood, dogs are on a leash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you know is in a good spot.
Yeah.
The dog's in order.
You can run.
Yeah, you can jog without fear.
Yeah. Well, fear straight.
In the projects, you don't know what's in the alley. You don't know what's coming out. You don't know who pit bull got loose. You don't know what's going on. But and you know they ain't got no shots.
There's rabies out there. I can tell you.
These dogs out here.
He's out of there. No paperwork. I remember looking out the window in the projects, and this dude let go of his 2 dogs, killers.
Yeah.
And they was hunting cats. And so every time he seen a cat, he let his dogs go, and they would just rip cats apart. And I'm looking out the window. I'm like, man, this got to be a better place to live than this. Man. You just hear cats screaming, getting ripped out of trees, and getting torn apart by 2 dogs. And they just screaming and squirming, and two dogs are just pulling these damn cats apart. And then he's grinning and smiling. That is not heaven. But I just give that example because we understand this. We try to glorify the things that shouldn't be glorified. That's why the Most High said destruction is to what?
It says, woe unto them that call evil good.
Go ahead.
And good evil.
Read.
That put darkness for light.
He said they swap out darkness for what?
For light.
They think that's a good life.
Yeah.
They think project living is a good life. Hood rich is that's a good terminology. You didn't realize that's a punishment?
You run from that shame.
The Most High put you in that condition so you can repent, not to glorify it and stay in it and act like that's a good life and be comfortable in that life.
Double down.
I just keep it 100 because I'm a real NIGGA. I'm a real NIGGA.
Out the mud.
Yeah. Read on.
The bottom.
It says, woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil.
Read.
That put darkness for light, and light for darkness.
Go ahead.
That put bitter for sweet.
It says that's a bitter life. Wow. But I'm trying to turn a bitter life to a what?
To a sweet one.
A drug-induced, drug-filled, a vice-filled life is not a good life.
Not at all.
Yeah. Neither is a life full of deceit, lies, and dishonesty a good life.
Yeah.
And you can't swap them out and try to pretend like one is better than the other. No, they're not. It's not better than the other. He said they put bitter for what?
For sweet, and sweet for bitter.
And also, not having no house and being a vagabond is not a sweet life either. Because we try to glorify that too and say, man, I had all kind of freedom and liberty. I just go where the wind takes me.
They glorify the adventure.
Yeah, because it was fun. You know,
I almost got shot last week.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
You know?
Yeah, story.
Yeah, you got stories, but don't try to act like that's a good life. That's a bitter life. That's not a sweet life. Don't being destitute of a house and habitation, sleeping wherever I can find a place, a corner, a pissy alley, a staircase. That's not a good life.
No.
There's no way we can swap it out and act like and pretend, man, I was living it up because I was free. Man, please. That's tragedy. That's tragedy and desolation. Yes, sir.
Then we'd be like, man, this is another day in paradise. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, paradise. Yeah, right. It's not paradise. We knew people that would come to class. We knew a brother named Charles that come to class. He was an alcoholic, and he actually had a house, but he didn't want to live under his mother's. He was like 50. Charles was 54. This is back when we was on St. James. We had the school on St. James. Charles was 54, and he was homeless because he didn't want to stop drinking and be under his mother's rules because he still lived with his mother.
He used to work South Park years ago?
No. Charles used to work at Luby's cafeteria, and he actually retired from Luby's. He worked 30 years for Luby's, and he drinks his retirement money.
Man.
And Charles used to come to class, bloodshot eyes, sit in the back real quiet. He was quiet. He wouldn't bother nobody. He'd just come in. He was probably intoxicated. But, I asked him, like, Charles, what are you doing out here, man? He said, man, I got my mom lived right around the corner. I said, why are you sleeping on the street? He said, man, because I don't want to hear a mouth when I do my thing. When I do my thing. I don't want to hear
Your own mouth.
I don't want to hear a mouth when I do my thing. And then one day Charles came and he was black-eyed, busted lips,
Crying.
busted nose, whole face disfigured. He came to class. I said, damn, Charles, what happened, man? He said, man, I don't even know. I would just sleep under the tree and somebody just attacked me.
Yeah.
Somebody just attacked me. He said, I was just minding my business, sleep under the tree. And somebody just went off on me. They just started wailing on me. I don't even know who did it. And his whole face was just complete. And he has a house. And he has a place to stay.
He was a nice guy.
And he was a nice dude. He was and he was a hard worker. He just wanted to do his thing. And try to make that, and the whole point is he was trying to make that life comfortable. And the Most High activated a damn demon, beat his eyes shut, beat his lips closed. The Most High activated a damn demon to show him that that's not the life I got for you. And that's why he came to class. And but you know, and I said, let this be a wake up. Let this be a wake up. Hopefully, you understand that you can't glorify and get comfortable. The Most High don't want you comfortable under that tree, because that's not the life He wants you to have.
He was gone.
But we try to make dysfunction comfortable.
Yes.
And that's why He said we try to make sweet bitter for sweet and sweet bitter.
Yeah.
Read that last part again, Quran.
Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
He said, read.
That put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Go ahead.
Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes.
He said, destruction unto them that are what?
Wise in their own eyes.
And what do you call that when you're wise in your own eyes?
Pride. Deep pride.
That's all it is. Excessive pride. Self-imposed pride. That's all that a person is in. When a person is in the spirit that I can live my life how I want and I'll be accepted and comfortable, all that's talking is pride.
Yeah.
We got that point. Go back to
He couldn't understand that. He kept bringing up.
finish this and follow real quick.
He kept saying he didn't understand why someone would hurt him like that.
Yeah.
He was really upset why would a random person, because he was in his neighborhood. He was in his
He was around the corner from his house, from his mom's house. But you know what? That's somebody in their pride. I'm trying to make dysfunction comfortable. And the Most High not letting you. He don't let us make dysfunction comfortable. You know, you think you can function in secrecy. You can function in drugs and vice and alcoholism, and you're going to transition from vice to virtue. And you think that's going to be an easy process? The window of opportunity is now. You need to come clean now. Because anytime that we think we're going to make a comfortable life for ourselves and I'm going to build without the Most High, yeah, right. He going to activate a demon on you. So he had his hand up. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. He had his hand up. Yes. What you got?
Ecclesiastes 5 and 7.
What did it say?
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
He said, make no tarrying, meaning don't stall. Don't wait. Make it fast. Make changes quick. Read.
And put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. And in thy security.
And now what?
And in thy security.
Read.
Thou shalt be destroyed.
And what happened to Charles under the tree?
His insecurity.
He was taking a nice shaded nap under the tree.
Completely discomfortable.
He was completely comfortable.
Yeah, his place is comfortable.
And it's not to mock him.
No.
It's not to make fun of him, but it's just to demonstrate what people do when they don't want to change, but they try to normalize dysfunction. And they try to be comfortable in their dysfunction, or they try to be comfortable in their vice.
Yes.
And the Most High won't let you be comfortable in your vice. He gonna keep uprooting your house. You're gonna keep getting a new address or not have an address. That's all the Most High keep doing. The Most High displaces you. Rightfully so. And you got to make decisions. What's more important, my vices or stability? Yeah. And until you learn that lesson, you'll be on the road, panhandling, waiting on somebody to come through, looking for somebody to help.
Not confessing too.
Not confessing. Changing schools, changing addresses, changing jobs.
Alternative.
Yeah, you ain't even got a mail key yet. It's time to go.
Yeah.
You ain't even got a mail. I can't even get a mail. The mail key ain't even come in yet. They ain't even cut me a new key yet. And I'm already getting pulled out and ripped out of my habitation. I don't even know where my mail is. I got a check coming somewhere. I got a check coming. You don't even know where the check is at.
That's real though.
I'm going to call them back and tell them recut it.
Cut it
How they going to cut a check to no address? Well, I'm sending it to my mama's house. I got all my bills in my mama's name.
Yeah.
And I got all my bills in my mama's name. Why? Why you got all your bills in your mama's name? Because you ain't got no stability. That's why that's why all the bills in your mama's name. Ain't no stability. You can't get ain't no stability because of my decisions of what I don't want to come off of. I don't want to make this transition smooth. I want to hold on to my vice. I don't want to confess. I don't want to come clean. Finish reading that one more time. I'm sorry.
Accordingly, follow page 50. Accordingly, in this account, it is shown how the wicked man is destitute of a city and destitute of a home.
He said this man is destitute of a city and destitute of a home. This could be anybody. That's why it's not just Cain.
But people obviously become Cain. Cain didn't communicate. As far as he didn't confess, he disagreed with the judgment of the Lord. He was a emotional. He operated sensation and emotion.
Yep. All these things.
He tried to build without the Father.
Try to build, bypass the Most High.
These are all points that are like clues to a Cain spirit.
Relevant to us today.
Yeah, because we said, the spirit of Cain on you. What does that mean?
Yep.
Now we know.
Now we understand why a person that refuses to accept change has to be relocated.
Yeah.
And thrown out of habitation. Read on.
Inasmuch as he is an exile from virtue.
He says, why is this man got to be displaced?
He is an exile from virtue.
Meaning he is an exile. He's been kicked out of what?
Virtue.
That's why he can't dwell in the city of virtue. Because he's been removed from virtue. And that's why he refused virtue. He's been expelled and disbanded from virtue. He doesn't possess virtues.
He values his vice.
He values his vice. And therefore, he will also value the road.
Yeah. That's really his home. His home is
Yeah.
always moving.
And that is not a blessed life. Read on.
But that the virtuous man.
It said, but that the virtuous man, read.
But that the virtuous man has a city.
It said the virtuous man always will have a city.
Right.
Meaning he will always have habitation. Right. Meaning he will always have a family. Meaning he will always have people looking out for him. He says the virtuous man will have a city. Read.
Right. And is allotted a home.
And he is allotted what?
Allotted.
What does a virtuous man possess?
A home.
So what does the Most High do to everybody that won't change, that won't confess, that won't come clean, that won't acknowledge their faults?
On earth as it is in heaven.
What will the Most High do? Are we making this up?
You be destitute of a home.
You'll be out of house and a home.
A resting place.
As above, so
resting
below.
place.
Yeah.
The Spirit says, listen, you're not allowed
No
this.
comfort.
The spiritual realm, so you don't get in the physical realm.
And if we look at it spiritually, he says they're destitute of a home, meaning what?
Namely, wisdom.
He said they also lack what?
Wisdom.
Meaning wisdom will not be a resting place for you.
Right. Which is no stability.
No stability. No clarity. I can't operate in clarity. That's what's waiting for people that won't change and immigrate and migrate and relocate from vice to virtue. Give me Numbers chapter 12, verse 3. Because the virtues are important to me. My pride is important to me. My vices are important to me. No problem. Well, enjoy life however it comes. Let the drifting begin.
Wow.
Give me Numbers 12 and 3.
Numbers chapter 12, verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek.
It says, now the man Moses was what?
Very meek.
It says, now the man Moses was very what?
Meek.
Meek. What was Moses known for? Read.
Above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
He says, above all the men that was upon the what?
The face of the earth.
Go ahead.
And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses.
So stop right there. Give me this right here about meekness. Where it says commonly.
Meekness. Commonly. With the added notion of a lowly, pious, and modest mind.
It says it's a person that has a pious, modest mind. Pious means I have a reverence or fear of God.
Yeah.
I respect the Most High, and I put him over my own opinion. He says that modest mind is a person that chooses the Most High's mind over his own. I choose the Most High's way of thinking over my own way of thinking. Read on.
Which prefers to bear injury.
And if I have a modest mind, I can suffer injury. Read.
Rather than return them.
Rather than what? How do you know Cain didn't have no modesty? Read this right here in Josephus where it says, however. How do you know Cain didn't have no modesty?
Josephus, book 1, chapter 2, paragraph 2, page 31. However, he did not accept of his punishment
Go ahead.
in order to amendment,
Read.
but to increase his wickedness.
How do you know Cain didn't have any modesty?
He did not accept of his punishment in order to amendment, but to increase his wickedness.
Read on.
For he only aimed to procure everything that was for his own bodily pleasure.
Because he sought after everything that only made comfortable his own what?
Bodily pleasure.
Read on.
Though it obliged him to be injurious to his neighbors.
And you know Cain didn't have any modesty because he was injurious to who?
His neighbors.
His neighbors. Read.
He augmented his household substance with much wealth.
He wasn't even supposed to have a house. Read on.
By rapine and violence.
And how did he get the things that he got in life?
By rapine and violence.
By rapine and violence.
Going deeper into the spirit of Satan.
Doubling down.
Yeah.
Away from the Most High. Taking what he wants versus fixing what the problem that he had in him. He said this person that has modesty or meekness, it said, or modest-minded prefers what?
To bear injuries rather than return them.
That's how you know men got the spirit of Cain, because they can't bear any injury, but they don't mind hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
That doesn't affect them.
That's how you know somebody lacks modesty. That's how you know somebody lacks meekness. Because it doesn't affect me to hurt you or talk crazy to you or be rude to you. But don't talk rude to me because I can't take it. I can't bear it. But I don't mind giving it.
Yeah.
I don't.
You can dish it.
You can dish it, but you can't take it.
Take it. Yeah.
And that's how you know. That's how you know this man Cain didn't have no meekness. Finish that.
Okay, come. He excited his acquaintance to procure pleasures and spoils by robbery, and became a great leader of men into wicked courses.
He said he became a leader of men in wicked courses. That's how you know Cain. You got an example of Moses, who excelled in meekness. Then you got Cain, that was the complete opposite of meekness. Mm-hmm. Two different examples, two different extremes. And when the window of opportunity was made and given to Cain, he didn't see it, wouldn't recognize it, wouldn't make the changes.
He rejected the window of opportunity. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Basically, if I'm not confessing, if I'm not posturing myself in a spirit of meekness and humility, then I'm rejecting the window of opportunity, which is confession.
Yes. Yep. Which is confession and time and grace. Give me Psalms 25 and 9. One brother give me Psalms 25 and 9, and somebody else give me Psalms 32 and 9.
So instead of confession, we choose to rather hold on to our vice and our bodily pleasures.
Yes.
And our image.
And not give it up.
Yeah.
Read that. Psalms 25 and 9, and give me Psalms 32 and 9.
Psalms chapter 25 and verse 9. The meek will he guide in judgment.
It says the who?
The meek will he guide in judgment.
What we don't understand is that what the Most High was looking at in Cain, he lacked what was necessary for the Most High to steer him. Yeah. He became ungovernable. He couldn't be steered. No. See, if a man has or a woman has humility, if they confess and they acknowledge their faults, and they put down the shame of the feeling that comes with being guilty, the Most High can come back and steer you. Wow. He can come back and give you mercy. He can steer you. Read that again.
Psalms chapter 25, verse 9. The meek will he guide in judgment.
Hold that. He says the meek will he guide in what?
In judgment.
So the Most High, if a person is, that's why the virtue that we need to adopt is meekness. Because meekness teaches you how to suffer and endure injury patiently without resentment. And I remain steerable and governable by the Most High. The Most High can guide me. Give me Psalms 32 and 9.
Psalm 32 and 9. Be ye not as the horse.
It said, but the Bible said, be ye not as the what?
As a horse.
What is the horse? Read.
Or as the mule.
What is the horse and the mule known for? Stubbornness. We went through this a couple months ago about the dynamic of the stubbornness of what it takes to train a horse and what it takes to train a mule, and the variations of time needed for training. Both of those are different forms of stubbornness. And we read and brought out last time, a couple months ago, how a horse could take anywhere between 30 days to 3 months to train. But you have to do certain aspects of training where you approach the horse with familiarity, meaning you stand at the gate for a while and let him see you standing at the gate. Then he sees you standing at the gate with a bridle in your hand, and then he sees you standing at the gate with a saddle, and then he sees you approach him but don't touch him, and then he sees you touch him but very gently, and then he sees you he's comfortable with you. Then he lets you put the saddle on, but you don't get on. So we talked about this months ago about the sensitive process that it takes to train a horse, and you have to be committed to that time frame to change and transition that horse from being a wild damn horse to a rideable horse. Then we also talked about the mule that takes 6 months to a year to train, because their level of stubbornness is even stronger. And the minute that you shock the horse, they actually reverse and they go backwards. If they sense no trust, they actually regress and go backwards. Then it takes a whole another 6 months to a year to train them over again. So there's more sensitivity necessary for the damn mule. It's just that people have different varying degrees of stubbornness. You could tell a person all day, put the cigarettes down, and they don't want to do it. And no matter what you do, they don't want to do it.
Stubborn as a mule.
But they're stubborn as a mule. You could show them the chemicals, the 3,000 chemicals they put in cigarettes. You could put them down. You could label them by name. And the fact that they got 3,000 artificial ingredients in cigarettes, from fiberglass to tar to methamphetamines, rat poison. They got all these things in cigarettes. You could list it by name. Then you can go as far as showing the thought process of the cigarette companies that own these brands, who say your kids today is our best customer tomorrow. That is their motto. That is their literal motto. Your teenagers today is our best customers tomorrow. This is actually what comes out of their mouth. You can show them that they're meant to harm you. That not only is the cigarettes meant to harm you, you can show them that the companies that make them want to harm you. They're purposely harming you. And they're after your children because they want to make a lifelong addict.
Slave.
They want to make a lifelong purchaser of their cigarettes. So you could show them this information, how you're being sifted by the devil. They got board meetings set up to find better ways to present themselves and monetize your children and make currency out of your children, and advertise in sports games, advertise in drink games, drink companies, socialize with billboards around schools and college campuses, give free cigarettes at the local gas station. You could actually sit back and show them the behind the scenes mind frame of the company that's trying to kill you. And what will a lot of people do?
It ain't kill me yet.
Still smoke.
Calms my nerves.
You'll die from something.
Yeah. But you know what? That's why it says, be not as the what?
As a horse or the mule.
You know why? Because you make training, you make change, you make transition very difficult. And more importantly, you make the ability for the Most High to steer you very difficult. The Most High can't steer you. Meekness is the flexibility that gives the Most High control over your decision makings and your spirit. Meekness is the leash to a dog. Meekness is the steering wheel to a car. Meekness is the yoke that you put on some oxen. That's what makes steering these animals easier. Meekness is a spirit that allows the Most High to navigate you in your life. And that's what made Moses so powerful. Moses was easy to navigate by the Most High. He was easily navigable. That's what made Moses special. Meekness is that instrument that makes moving you, steering you easier. Give me this right here. But some of us don't like that life. That's a boring life. We don't like being steered by the Most High. It's not fun. Give me this right here. No, I'm in the wrong book. Let me Josephus. I want to see it. Give me this right here. Read this right here. And it says, now what is meant.
Okay. 50 page 127. Now, what is meant by this will be shown by a consideration of simple passages.
It says he's going to demonstrate what life is like with no meekness. He's going to give 3 examples of how people live lives with no meekness. Read.
If a pilot were to desert his ship.
It says if a pilot was to jump out the ship while the ship was going. That's like life. That's like living life with no meekness. So it said this actually happened. This actually happened a couple weeks ago, where a young girl, she might have been 16, 17. She was trying to get her pilot's license, and her trainer stepped out of the plane and just told her, "You know what to do," and he just glided on down to his death. Whatever this guy had going on in his life, he chose that moment to say, "I'm out of here." And he told a girl who was like a teenager trying to get her pilot's license, before he stepped out, look it up. He stepped out the plane, and he told her, "You know what to do." And he just jumped out the plane mid-flight. And the girl she actually landed the plane by herself. She had no damn choice.
That's a real thing. You know, she did know what to do.
She did know what to do. He said, "You know what to do," and he left. He literally jumped out of the mid-air. He went airborne, no parachute. He was done. He died, jumped to his death. This is real deal. And he told her, "You know what to do." That's what living life like is with no meekness.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out. He said, "What?
If a pilot were to desert his ship when tossed about by the sea, would it not follow of necessity that the ship would wander out of her course
He said,
in the voyage?
What do men do how do men live with no meekness?"
Wander out of course.
He said they do what?
Wander out of course in the voyage.
And what is a vagabond?
A wanderer.
A person who's out of course.
And somebody that's out of course.
And that's
so I become a vagabond because I don't have any what?
Meekness.
Because I don't have no meekness. This is why I got to get uprooted out of house and home, because I don't have no meekness. He said, would it naturally happen that if the pilot stepped out of the ship, that the ship would wander aimlessly off course? Read on.
Shall I say more?
Do you need to go any further than this? Read on.
If a charioteer.
He said, I'm going to give you another example. If a charioteer pulling a horse, pulling a horse and carriage. Read on.
In the contest of the horse race, were to quit his chariot.
And he jumped out of the chariot mid-race. Or a jockey jump off the horse mid-race. Read.
Is it not inevitable that the course of the free horses would be disorderly and irregular?
Why? Because they have nobody to steer them.
They can't be.
Then they just run everywhere, mid-race. He said, this is men's life, this is women's life who don't have no meekness. They become disordered. And usually right behind it, they become homeless. And they become a wanderer. Are we making this up?
No.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Read.
Again, when a city is left destitute of rulers.
And when a city don't have no leaders, no governors, no judges, no police, no magistrates, no leaders, no city council, no mayors. Yeah, no mayors.
Wild West.
There you go. There you go. He said when the city ain't got no what?
When a city is left destitute of rulers or of laws,
They ain't got no laws. What else?
and laws undoubtedly are entitled to be classed on the equality with magistrates, must not that city be destroyed?
It said, must not that city be what?
Destroyed?
What happens when you ain't got no meekness?
The city must be destroyed, like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, the ship is gonna wander off course. The
Yeah.
charioteers, the horses gonna go all kind of wild directions.
Disorder.
They ain't got no instrument of control over them.
Wow.
That's what meekness is. Meekness is that lasso. Meekness is the leash that gives the Most High control over your spirit.
Oh.
So when you don't have no meekness,
There's no order.
there's no order to your soul. Neither shall there be order to your thoughts.
Wow.
Neither shall there be order to your living condition. Because you don't have no what? Because we don't have no meekness. So now we become permanent wanderers.
And this is
Hitchhikers, panhandlers,
why.
so on and so forth.
And this is the analysis of Cain, and the understanding of how we, by tenet and by process, do things that Cain does. And so, if we operate without these particular virtues, obviously, the lack or deficiency of these virtues makes your life what it is. Your life is based off of the deficiency or the lacking of virtue. Like your body. If your body lacks certain vitamins, then these are the diseases that inhabit your body because your body doesn't have any natural defense for the temple. And so the same thing applies to people's minds. If I don't have any biblical instruction, if I don't have any type of teaching and guidance, and I don't have any type of virtue that I subscribe to, then my life has to show that I don't subscribe to virtue, that I don't subscribe to a teacher, and that I don't operate off a biblical foundation. My life has to show that.
Yep. My life will be a reflection of that.
And so like disease inhabits the body, disease also inhabits a person's life. But that disease is the wandering.
It's a reflection of the soul. And what the soul is missing.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the soul is missing. Finish that, and then pick up Psalm 25 and 9.
Yeah.
Must not that city be destroyed by those greatest of evils, anarchy and lawlessness?
Why? Read.
And in the same manner, by the ordinances of nature.
It said in the same manner by the ordinance of nature. Read.
The body must perish if the soul be absent.
It said the body must perish what?
Wow.
If the soul be absent.
What happens to the body when your spirit leaves it?
It decays.
It's ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Yeah.
He said, what happens when the man lives life with no meekness? Same
He
thing.
perishes.
Same thing. Read on.
And the soul.
And the soul, read on.
If reason be absent.
If you have no reason, if you let nobody implant reason into you, read.
Wow.
Reason, too,
meaning also, go ahead,
must be destroyed.
Why?
By the absence of virtue.
And what is one of the greatest virtues we read in the Bible?
Meekness.
That's what Moses was known for.
I love what you're saying.
It's one of the greatest virtues that a man can possess. It's not the only virtue, but
it's a major.
But it's a major virtue.
Because the meek inherit the earth. There's a reason why that particular virtue allows you to inherit the earth.
Right. When Christ did, we read that last week about how Christ said the meek shall inherit the earth.
Yeah.
But we never understood why the meek shall inherit the earth.
No,
they can be steered.
Yeah, exactly. Get Psalms 25 and verse 9. Why will the meek inherit the earth?
Psalms 25 and verse 9. The meek will he guide.
It says the meek will he what?
He
guide.
Why will the meek inherit the earth?
Because they can be guided.
Because the meek could be guided. The meek could be steered.
Yeah.
You in Psalms 25 and 9. He says what?
Psalms 25 verse 9. The meek will he guide.
Go ahead.
In judgment.
It says the meek will he guide in judgment. He'll tell them how to think. He'll show them how to think.
Yeah.
How to use reason. How to use wisdom. Read on.
And the meek will he teach his way.
And the reason why the meek shall inherit the earth is because the meek can be what?
Taught.
They can be taught his way.
That makes sense.
They could look at life and follow his instructions and do things according to his will. They can operate in his will. This is what made Moses so powerful. Moses was the meekest man upon the earth because he knew how to be steered by God. He could be directed.
They can be shown a new way and commit to it.
Yes.
So we're either steered by the Father and meekness, which is virtue, or we're steered by, like about earlier, we're compelled or we're impelled by emotion, feeling, ignorance, rudeness, vice.
Emotion.
Those are the things that either it's the hand of God steering us, or it's intense levels of emotion and pride steering us. You're being steered, but it's not by the Heavenly Father.
No, not at all. And that's what Cain was on when he was a wanderer, a vagabond.
Yeah.
He was not being steered by who?
The Father.
He wasn't steered by the Most High.
It's not our perspective.
Give me Psalms 32 and 9.
Psalm 32 and 9. Be ye not as the horse or as the mule.
Now give me verse 8.
I will instruct thee and teach thee.
It says the Most High said what?
I will instruct thee and teach thee.
The Most High said if you have meekness, he can do what?
Instruct thee and teach thee.
The meekness is a virtue that allows the Most High to instruct you and to teach you. Read.
In the way which thou shalt go.
It says, and the Most High will instruct thee in the way that thou shalt go. You won't be like a charioteer without with no rider. A horse with no rider. You won't be like a ship with no captain. You won't be like a ship with no pilot. Read on.
I will guide thee.
He said what?
I will guide thee.
The Most High said he will do what if you have meekness?
I will guide thee.
With what?
With mine eye.
He says, I will guide thee with my what?
Eyes.
You know what we're sleeping on here is that the Most High is showing us spiritual features that exist in all of us that can be activated by the Most High. I'll give you an example. GM, you got a GM, right? You got a Chevrolet. That's a GM product. They have on all their new vehicles, they have what's called Super Cruise. What is Super Cruise? Super Cruise is the technology that allows you to be hands-free with the vehicle, and it will drive the truck or drive the vehicle for you and keep you in the lane. It's called Super Cruise. It keeps you in the lane, and it controls braking and acceleration for you. So it can accelerate, it can brake for you when you need to brake. So it takes a lot of that the fatigue of driving off of you. Because when you're hunched over and you're on a long trip and you're hunched over like this and you just like you're trying to get comfortable and you turn in different ways and you're trying to drive like this, you're driving like this and you're driving like this, that the stationary position becomes fatiguing on the body. And you actually hunched over the wheel, you actually cut off your circulation.
Yeah.
So to take that pressure off, they got features that can alleviate the strain of that. Hold on one second. And that's Super Cruise. Now we know Tesla also has that same technology. And they call it autopilot. Basically where you could just activate the button and you get to sit back, take your hands off the wheel, and the car will drive itself. Well, guess what? The Spirit can do that too. There's a spiritual feature that all of us have that can only be activated by meekness.
Meekness, yeah.
Yes.
Meekness button.
It's a meekness button.
Meekness cruise.
It's meekness cruise or Super Cruise in the Spirit.
Yeah.
The Spirit has Super Cruise too.
That's awesome.
The Spirit actually can go into autopilot where the Most High just said it. Read it again in Psalms 32 and 8.
I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way that thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye.
He said, I will guide thee what?
With mine eye.
Meaning you can take your hands off your life. You don't have to control your life.
Yeah.
And the Most High will do what?
Guide thee with mine eye.
Instead of it being called autopilot or Super Cruise, the Most High said, I'll use my eyes to guide you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feature that the Most High got for those that possess meekness. He'll dictate their direction. He'll steer their direction. You're now hands off your life. Don't you realize that when you try to put your hands on your life, you always crash? That every time you try to control your life without the Most High, something bad happens?
Yeah.
So why not let the Most High control your life and be hands-free on your life? Because that's what the Most High said it can happen if a person is humble enough.
And And that's the spirit of Cain when you're the opposite of being guided and lacking meekness, because he tried to control the situation. When he didn't get the blessing, he didn't get the acknowledgement from the Most High. Instead of him adopting the good example, he wanted to control and double down on what he was doing. He wanted to control the narrative. Like, no, what I'm doing is right. What I'm doing is good enough. Instead of adopting the good example. And then after he gets shown that, he gets the opportunity to make a judgment call that, okay, you know what? I can acknowledge what I did wrong. But instead of doing that, he's trying to control the punishment.
Yep.
It's like, no. I would very much rather choose something else.
Yes.
Let me go here. Let me create my own will. All of this, it also boils down to control.
Yep. Because that's what we want to do. We want to be the pilot of our own ship.
Yeah.
We want to control our life. And all the Most High is saying, every time you try to control your life, something bad happens.
Right, because he ended up unaliving his brother, they say.
Yes.
Unaliving his brother, trying to control what you wanted to give. And then you end up a vagabond and a wanderer because you couldn't accept the punishment.
And then I try to control the outcome of the punishment.
Exactly.
By going to bill when the Lord say no. You're going to be a permanent panhandler.
Forcing them, yeah.
I'm going to still force my way. But you know what he showed? He just didn't have no meekness. And meekness is when a person spiritually gives the Most High control over the will.
Yeah.
When the Most High decides, now the Most High said, if you meek enough, if you got enough meekness, you got enough humility. Hold on a second. If you got enough meekness, you got enough humility. The Most High said, I will steer you. I will guide you with what?
With mine eye.
He said, I'll use my eyes to guide you.
Yeah.
You know, they call this, high profile technology, because some modern jets now, the latest technology in jets have these helmets that the pilots wear, where wherever the pilot moves their eyes, the guns also move that direction as well. They can wherever they look, they steer the gun. The guns and the turrets are controlled by the helmet, and whatever they see, they can point the guns there at the same time. That's not new technology. The Most High been showing us spiritually. There's a technology that we have spiritually could be activated, but these abilities can only be activated by virtues.
Yeah.
To where I don't have to put my hands on my life. I can drive my life hands-free, and the Most High will steer my vehicle. That's not a new technology, but that's something that's activated by virtues. Virtues activate this ability. Well, you don't have to try to make every decision in your life, and half the time we make these decisions out of pride and arrogance. We make the wrong decisions anyway. That's why you don't hear about Cain very, very soon after Genesis chapter 4. You really don't hear about him after that. Except being an example of what not to be and what not to do. Yes, sir. What you got?
Ecclesiastes 20 and 32.
Read it.
Come. Ecclesiastes chapter 20 and verse 32. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
It said necessary patience. Patience is also a what?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say earlier. Because it also requires patience to be guided.
It requires patience. It requires meekness. These are all virtues.
Because the patience comes from, okay, this is a different perspective than I'm used to. I wasn't brought up this way. I wasn't taught to think this way. This is so unnatural for how I actually think and for what, my life circumstances has taught me. So letting go of what you think and how you feel, it requires you to be patient enough to letting go and confessing these things in yourself to allow yourself to be restructured, to be remolded.
Yep. Because it makes you feel insecure when you're not in control.
Yeah.
Which we had a whole class about unhandling the grip of insecurity. That's what the whole class was about.
Yeah.
You feel insecure when you don't have power over your own situation. When you don't have decision making. Yes, sir.
That patience is a part of temperance.
Yeah, very much so. Temperance is a virtue also.
Mm-hmm.
All these are virtues. See, David understood what it took to get the Most High his attention and to get him to guide his life. Give me Psalm 51:17. 51:17. We're going to pick it up a little bit. Let's go to St. John chapter 14, verse 12 through 15.
Psalm 51:17. The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit.
It said, what does it take to activate hands-off steering in your life? Where the Most High will guide you with his eyes?
A broken spirit.
He said a broken spirit. You know what broken means? By definition, willing to be led.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes to activate this feature, this spiritual feature that's in us, but that we don't even know is in us. You got to be willing to be led. You got to want the Most High to lead you. Read.
A broken and contrite heart.
And there's that contrition that you talked about earlier.
Yes.
Which is that sorrow that comes behind doing things wrong and living an error-filled life full of mistakes.
And I had one point on that, because contrite, and a bit more to add to that, was that it's deeply affected with grief and sorrow for having offended the Most High. The problem with Cain was he couldn't see past himself.
Yep.
He couldn't see that the brunt of his offense was made to the Father. He can only see how his punishment affected him.
Yep.
He can only see how his mistake affected what took him off of the course of what he wanted.
Yes.
But he couldn't see you offended the Most High by your actions.
So if I'm steady smoking, I think that it's okay because I'm just hurt. It's only affected me.
It's only affecting me.
I'm not looking at what
I don't see how I'm offending the Father, the Most High, by my action. He couldn't see past himself, which is another form of, which is pride.
So can we say that the spirit of Cain is still alive?
Yes.
Because people still think like this?
Yep.
Well, as long as it's affecting me, that's no problem. But when in actuality, it's destroying my relationship with the Most High. And you know what I'm showing the Most High? You can't steer me in life.
Yeah.
You can't dictate my direction. You can't tell me what to do and where to go. Which is stubbornness. Which is pride.
Yeah.
So, read that again.
Come. Psalm 51:17. The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O Yahweh, thou wilt not despise.
He said the Most High will not what?
Will not despise.
The Most High will never despise a man that feels sorry for what they do wrong. How does the Most High know you feel sorry for what you do wrong? You'll confess it. You'll come clean. And if you're willing to confess and repent and change, then the Most High can steer you again. He can activate spiritual features where you don't have to try to control your life.
Yeah.
Give me St. John 14. We're going to speed it up a little bit. We're going to get through this.
14, what is it?
12 through 15.
St. John chapter 14 and verse 12.
We're going to try to read it quickly. We're going to try to get through it.
God. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do,
Christ said, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, read on.
shall he do also.
He said, Christ said, you're gonna do the works that I do. Read on.
And greater works.
He said, Christ said, there's greater features that you can do spiritually than what I'm showing you. There's all kind of features that we have in the spirit that we have no idea that we could possess and that could be operated. Yes, sir.
So what you're saying is, with like God, I'm trying to say, when you believe God that much, like when you like, it's like when you trust God a lot, that's when you come clean.
That's when you trust God and you come clean and you confess your faults and you stop hiding the things you've done wrong in your life, and then you show the Most High some meekness and some lowliness, and you show the Most High the ability to be governed, to be led, then the Most High will activate certain features in your spirit where you don't have to put your hands on the wheel of your life and try to navigate your direction. Mm-hmm. The Most High will guide you with his eyes, and he'll make everything work for you.
Right.
He'll control the steering where everywhere you go is prosperous and everything you touch is blessed.
Right.
That's when you give the Most High control over your soul.
Wisdom.
And that's why Christ is saying that these works that you see me do, greater works that you shall do. Read on.
Because I go unto my Father.
Read on.
And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it.
He said what?
I will do it.
So there's things that there's features that the Most High can spiritually make accessible to us but it's only accessible by obedience.
Mm.
There's features that are only accessible by honesty. There's features that are only accessible by humility. We're just talking about one feature that man likes to pride himself off and charge you $50,000 for, which is hands-off steering. That's a $50,000 feature. Sometimes $80,000 feature. To get the hands-off ability, you got to pay $50,000 to $80,000. All the Most High is saying is, you can take the hands off your life, and I'll steer your life for you. But all you got to have is some humility. All it's going to cost you is some meekness, and patience,
Some confession.
and some confession.
Maybe some minor embarrassment.
Yeah.
Because
Shame.
the minor embarrassment of having to speak of your deeds and your motivations versus the major embarrassment of all the corrections and embarrassments that life has based off of the failures of not being spiritual.
Yep. Read this right here. Really quickly. But we participate.
5 on page 134. But we participate in indignation against that lover of himself.
It says, but everybody hates a man that what?
But we participate in indignation against that lover of himself.
A lover of himself is a prideful person. Everybody hates a prideful person. The Most High does too.
Hateful before man.
Yeah. Pride is hateful before man and the Most High. Pride, the scripture say pride was not made for man.
Yes, yeah.
But everybody hates a prideful person that won't let the Most High steer their life.
Before God.
Yeah, it's hateful before both. You know what's hateful about a prideful person? They just won't come off their thinking. Even when you're telling them truth and honesty. Even when you're showing them a better way to live. They won't come off their lifestyle. So therefore, their pride makes them hateful. They're unyielding. You can't steer them. You can't tell them nothing. You can't control them. You can't guide them and you can't direct them. So not only does the Most High hate a prideful person, but Philo said what?
But we participate in indignation.
He said we hate them. We hate these people too. Read.
Against that lover of himself.
Which is a prideful person. Read.
Cain. Because he has left his soul.
He said because he left his soul. Read.
Without any conception whatever of the living God.
Because he deactivated the feature to let the Most High drive his life.
Wow.
He deactivated that feature through pride.
He separated himself from God.
So when the Most High can do hands-on steering with our soul, Cain said, I don't want that feature.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want nobody controlling my life but me.
Off.
I'm going to turn that feature off, man.
Like,
I want to drive the old-fashioned way.
go back to see
I want manual driving. I want to control the transmission. I want to control it. Like when you had the gear shifter, like old cars, when you had the gear shifter on the steering wheel. Yeah. I actually drove a truck like that had gears on the steering wheel. And it didn't have no numbers on them.
No way.
You just had to do it by feel.
It's about
you just had to feel it like
yeah.
And you got to do this all day long. Every stop sign, every stop light. But if you like the thrill of doing things yourself and living your own life and making your own decisions, then you can drive that way.
You're self-made.
Self-made. I take myself where I want to go.
Yeah.
I drive how I want to drive. Or you realize that your life keeps causing you to be homeless. When you drive life like that, when you want control. You keep uprooting your own stability. Every time you try to put the hands on the wheel. Or you can accept the fact that, you know what? With some humility and some meekness, I don't know what I'm doing in life and I need the Most High's help. I need somebody to lead me and I need somebody to guide me. Then you can take your hands off the wheel. And the Most High, he said he'll guide you with his eyes. That's a technology that nobody has. Because he can guide your mind and your spirit. He said, but Cain deactivated that. He said what?
Because he has left his soul without any conception whatever of the living God.
I don't need the Most High. I can steer my own life. Okay, read.
Having a deliberate purpose.
He said having a deliberate purpose, read.
Mutilated himself.
He did what?
Mutilated himself.
He cut himself off from having the Most High steering his life. How many of us do that?
He scarred himself. A lot of us scar ourselves. You have a permanent scar, and with every scar you have a story. And people end up mutilating themselves. They just constantly put themselves.
You know, so crazy.
Yeah.
Some people actually mutilate themselves.
Yeah, that happens.
Some people just. Some people actually take knives and blades and razor blades and cut their own damn skin.
Yeah.
Cut their arms and cut their legs and cut their stomach. Some people actually. And this is just an outward manifestation of what's already going on spiritually.
Yes.
I'm doing this in the flesh, in the physical, because of what I'm doing actually spiritually.
Yes.
So, as a man thinketh, so is he. As a man thinking in his heart, so is he. So, why am I mutilating myself physically? Because spiritually, I'm disconnecting from the Most High, and He's not blessing my decision making.
Yep.
And I keep setting myself up for disappointment and failure, and I take it out on myself. And I pop pills, and I smoke, and I drink, and I numb myself because I'm going to take it out on myself.
Yeah.
Versus fixing the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is my pride.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the fact that I don't really understand the value of meekness. I don't know what meekness is. I don't know what humility is. I don't know what obedience is. I don't know how to follow. That's the real problem. We're going to save this for later because it's too much. It's already 10:20.
But I love the fact that we're taking our time out. Because we can just read Cain, and just be done in 2 hours. Or we can take the real time to understand the gravity of the Most High obviously made his life an example for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So
And this is we can't finish it because it's really too much. We got a lot more to go. But we will pick up next week. And hopefully we can pick up right where we stopped. Because I want to get to this point of showing, because we still got a whole nother portion of showing how the Most High turns everything against you when you don't have humility and meekness. That's a whole nother section. We're just touching the fact that you destroy your own stability, your own household ability.
And people think, it's crazy. I mean, like they think it's just these are just unexplained random acts of misfortune. Like these are just random, like this.
No, that's not. These are acts that I brought upon myself. I bring these actions upon myself because I lack the virtues necessary to get the Most High's good.
Yeah.
Because I deactivate these features where the Most High can pilot my life, and so I choose to pilot my own life, and therefore I crash. Therefore, things go wrong. Therefore, I start to mutilate myself. And therefore, I take my failures out on myself. Why? Because I'm stubborn. I don't listen. I don't follow. I don't confess. And I'm not pious enough. I don't have enough patience. And I don't do what I'm told. There's a lot of things wrong with the soul where the Most High cannot steer you anymore. And when you become unsteerable is when your life becomes a disaster. And so we'll end on that. And we'll finish this point next Wednesday. Shalom, everybody. The water for hanging in there, being there this long. All right?
Shalom.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.